I slept, I made sure that I found a way through a cloud of haze. Every day I wept, found how to live through all them cloudy days. You know the mind's a maze with all its mixtures. It's always hard to get the entire scope of the picture. 1080p, that's you other busters, yeah, obsolete. Can't fuck with me, excuse my French, but I'm not discreet. I wear my heart on my sleeve, but I've learned my lesson. I learned 1996 birth, one of the greatest weapons untold. I'm destined to reach heights thought I could never see before. Rampage my heart and let me not reach the peaks that's entrusted to me. My belief shatter off past actions. I grieve, but grievance never really matter. It's how I choose to act differently in the coming battles to overcome my limitations and get out my shadow. But it's hard to wade in this water where it was never shallow. Fuck it, let me get the paddles. Fuck that now, let me get this castle. Fuck that now, let me get this battle.
And that is still being claimed.
What's good, everybody? Squad Nero Season 2, Episode 33, a.k.a. Episode 77. Back up in this thing. 23 away. Jesus. 23 away from triple digits. We welcome y'all back to the motherfucker. If y'all are pulling up from the YouTube side, make sure to please like, comment, subscribe. All of that jazz. Let us know that you're here. Let us know if you agree with us. Let us know if you don't. If y'all think we dumb as hell, let us know, and we will probably light y'all asses up, but we'll probably hear y'all out. So just let us know, man. Just let us know. We greatly appreciate that. Yet again, I got my guys here with me. What's good, everybody? How everybody feeling?
Feeling good, man.
It's good to hear. Oh, we got a big birthday shout out for the boy Nasty Nino.
Yes, sir.
Last year of my 20s.
Yeah, just turn that bitch 29.
Getting old. You old.
Getting old as shit.
God damn.
I can feel it in my knees. I ain't gonna lie.
Man, speaking of getting old, I had a staff conference picnic on oh, shut up. Had a staff conference picnic on Thursday, and it was like, hey, who wants to play kickball? Me. I'm thinking of something simple. Man, we was out in that hot sun. There was no shade. I ran like my life depended on it to first base. I ain't get caught. But it felt like my heel popped. Soon as I got the pop.
He was like, all right, I won. Clearly, if I did this, I won. I don't need to play no more.
I got done playing. That next morning, my feet hurt. My heel hurt. My legs still hurt like I was doing squats. Mm-hmm. Yeah, nah. I'm re-retired from kickball. They said, they was like, we gonna run it back next year. I said, y'all on your own.
Okay.
Y'all know how old he is, y'all? He just lost the game in Madden to me. That's how we know that nigga old. Old as dirt.
Okay. I'm gonna remember that.
Yeah, remember it, nigga. Steer it into your brain. I want you on your best shit next time. Show me my opponent.
Hold on. I'm gonna say this now before we get deep into this podcast today. This man got lucky today because
I got lucky.
Hold on. Because Madden 26 adjusted the daggone controls where everything.
I played the same controls as this nigga. Yeah, I learned how to pass, but I was cooking this nigga 21-7.
But here's the thing:
21-7.
When you turned the game on, when you turned it on, did you switch the passing controls? No, you did not. I
switched it. Yes, I did. I switched it to I can't remember. It's something
not classic. Not classic.
I know it's not classic.
Yeah,
I didn't want to act classic.
He said classic. It was still enough to win. Yeah.
My whole thing is either I find a way to switch to classic, and if I sit down and figure out this passing thing,
you can switch it to classic. And you
Yeah.
still gonna get it's still gonna be BTA belt to ass, nigga. Just like it was today.
Gentlemen, you hear this? You hear this?
Yeah, I hear it loud and clear.
When I mop him by 50,
Hey,
by 50, when
Going
I body him, when I body him in Madden, okay, when I mop him across the floor,
we about to have
Madden,
a whole show. It's just gonna be T if he win. He gonna be like, no, we canceling the whole. I don't care about Marvel this week, y'all.
I could be going crazy.
I'm gonna say this now. He got his win today. Good for him. Good for him. But it's like the little giant. It's like the little giants. He needed that one win out of 100 games because we know Rob cannot beat me on a consistent basis. He got his one win, and that will be his last win.
I asked the nigga why he ain't put it on stream. Y'all chat. Ask him why he ain't put it on stream earlier. We could have broadcasted this ass whipping to the world, nigga. To the world, Craig.
The reason why, no, because I knew I had to hurry up and get off and get my children a bath before I do this podcast.
You could have ended that stream quick as hell. All it takes is a click of a button.
No, because me and you got to talk after the game, and I'll let you have your moment, and I'll let you have your moment.
I had to talk nothing after the game.
I
said my piece.
Hey,
I got my dub. I got out of there quick.
You know what?
Yeah,
just to make matters worse for you,
and then some. Give me
that. Here's the thing.
Oh, y'all
next time we play, no, we didn't.
Hell no.
Next time we play, because he don't like betting for money, because that would have been that moment that he would have got scraped badly.
Let's stream it to the game.
Put bread on it.
I was scared at first.
Put bread on it.
I don't gamble. You know this.
See?
Rob.
See?
I know.
$10 ain't gonna hurt nobody.
I don't like gambling.
10. Put an extra 0 on that. That's what I do.
If I need to. let me put BTA 2 more times, and then I feel confident enough to.
Yeah, we're never playing for money because he's not gonna do that.
If you beat T once out of 100, might as well put up that $10 right now.
With an extra 0 on top.
I just want to let y'all know too that he had the shitty ass Ravens, and I had the big Buffalo Bills. Yeah, big Buffalo in this motherfucker. See, but now if you lose and you play as the Bills, so I'm gonna need you to switch over to the Ravens just the first time, all right? And let him be the Bills. Just test it out, and it'll let you know, all right, how comfortable are you with the game? So you know what I'm saying? Just switch them out.
And here's the thing: I don't do mirror matches. I would never play Bills versus Bills. I gotta play somebody else.
Yeah.
Who the fuck play like that?
Yeah,
I don't like playing. I don't like playing Bills versus Bills.
People do that. No, I'm with D. People do that.
Yeah, people do that.
Who plays Bills versus
Bills? Yeah. Now we both like the Bills. Is what is like.
Still, this ain't high school. You like fuck it. I'll take Warriors.
Do random.
Now here's the thing. That's what you're supposed to do. We used to do that, and he would still get smacked. But my thing is this: you got to do. Here's the thing: official Madden rules. 3 randoms. You get to pick one of those 3 teams. If you don't want neither, if you don't want one of them, then you take a suicide 4th one, and you're stuck with that team.
Yeah. Let me get the Browns. Let me get a competent quarterback. It ain't gonna change nothing.
The Browns.
Yeah, why the Browns?
Shador.
You couldn't go with like the Titans though. Like give Cam.
You couldn't go Baker Mayfield. All the weapons he got.
That's cool, fine and dandy and all. But
I'm trying to illustrate a point. Yeah.
I'm trying to make a fucking statement, nigga. That shouldn't be too easy. It was too easy with this nigga Josh Allen. It'd be too easy if I pick this nigga Lamar or Patrick Mahomes or Matthew Stafford. Nigga, give me a challenge. Show me my opponent.
Show your opponent?
Oh, next
Show
week
me my
opponent.
And
next
we gonna stream it.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, stream it. You gotta stream it. Y'all gotta stream it now.
Yeah.
Ladies and
Nigga, at some point in time, he was like, "Why you stop talking? Why you stop talking?" And then I scored 2.
Ladies and gentlemen of the world, I had to mute him real quick. but I'm just gonna let y'all know it's gonna be B to A every game we play going forward, and I mean that in the most
He's
egregious.
still going.
Yeah, I know he's still going. That's why I muted him so the world can see. And I mean that with so much egregious nonsense I'm gonna put on him. I'm gonna treat him like my son. We're gonna have a best out of 3, and I'm gonna win 2-0. It might not even get to the second game because I'm gonna beat him so bad in the first one. So it is what it is. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Earlier, he was telling all the niggas, that nigga Rob don't want to stream it or anything like that. Only to come out that motherfucker with the L, you dig? Fat ass L, you dig?
Hey.
Daughter in frame.
Go to the front.
These can't be the shows Rob marks.
Yeah,
What happened, D?
Yeah, what you say?
These can't be the shows Rob be marking for kids.
Yeah, it is.
Look at that fat ass
Go to the front. Go to the front, please.
Roll that man up and smoked him. Good God Almighty. Oh, that's a great way to start this motherfucker, man. I'm feeling the energy, dog. I'm feeling hyped up. Football season back amongst us. And we got some more, sadly, some juicy details. Not juicy details.
Hold on.
Oh,
Before we get started, I'm just gonna make this quick. As many of you know, last week Nile did see Weapons. Just want to give my quick review. I gave that movie a 9 out of 10. Solid. Love the Pulp Fiction different POVs that they did for the story to keep it pushing. Seeing everybody's where they laid out within the story and how everything is connected, which led to the big grand finale at the end, which I loved how they pieced that all together. The ending.
Hey.
T, why you giving a review? We already see it yet.
Bruh.
I'm not spoiling anything.
He doing a spoiler free.
It's
He doing spoiler free.
But who all seen it?
Me and Niall.
Last week, he doing his because last week I gave my review.
Yeah.
On it.
So I'll make it quick.
It
No, he didn't see it. But my thing
we
is,
should have did it last. We should do it next week when everybody see it.
well, I'm just doing a quick one. I'm not going too far deep.
I'm gonna go back and elaborate.
Spoiler.
Like I'm not no, I'm not spoiling anything. I'm just saying everybody did an amazing job. Great story. The ending, fire. I like how they got to it. In my opinion, I wanted more, but I had a conversation with somebody and they pretty much laid it out plain for me where the ending is how it's supposed to be, and I'm satisfied with what was laid out. So yeah, 9 out of 10. Fire. Barbarians. He stepped his game up from Barbarians. A lot of people didn't like Barbarian, and Weapons. He did that out the water, and I'm looking forward to him do Resident Evil next, because he said he's about to flip that on his head.
I thought he did Barbarian pretty good though. I thought
a lot of people didn't like it.
Critical reviews, really?
It was mixed. It was a little bit more on the mixed side. This was a definite step up to me in regards to that. Like I didn't hate Barbarians, but this was definitely like, all right, bro. Growth. Yeah.
Funny enough, the guy that his friend that passed away on the post production of Barbarian, he was an actor in what is the name of that shit? White Guy something.
White Boy Rick. White Boy Rick.
No, it was a show that had like clips like Dave Chappelle style type, Key and Peele style.
I know what you're talking about. It was on
what was that show? What was the name of that nigga's name? What do y'all remember the dude's name?
I don't.
Who? Bob Saget?
Barbarian director. This nigga said Bob Saget.
I'm just saying shit at this point.
I'm just saying shit.
The whitest kids you know. The whitest kids you know.
The whitest kids you know.
That's what it is.
My coworker put me on to them. I was like, who is this nigga? He was like, oh, this is the dude that passed away that was friends with the Barbarian director. I was like, oh. I was like, damn, that shit sound crazy.
Was it Trevor Moore?
Yeah, Trevor Moore. How he passed. I'm not even gonna get into it.
What'd he do?
He fell off his balcony at 2:30 in the morning.
Wow.
Don't know how.
Fail.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Come
was.
on, Val.
Well, I ain't trying to. We ain't got to
Yeah.
disrespect the dad, but
We ain't trying to get flagged.
Nope. Not at all. Not at all. All right. Nonetheless, real quick, we talked about fucking weapons. What about did everybody see the Infinity Castle, the first movie?
We can't talk about that yet.
We can do.
You talking about Demon Slayer?
We could, yeah, we
Yes.
Can talk, we can do. We can.
No.
Do
Wait, y'all watched
No,
it?
I
That- I
didn't.
know.
I'll definitely watch it.
I'm
yeah,
not.
I knew Rob did. He was like,
I'm not. No,
care.
I wasn't doing. No, I'm waiting until September 12th.
I'm gonna watch
Yeah.
it. Bro.
September
nigga, I wasn't
11th,
waiting.
actually. I'm gonna see it the day before.
Yeah, I wasn't waiting that long, and I'm gonna still double back and watch it again.
He said no.
And
You're not
yeah,
gonna have this
you on
in
your
my.
own.
You're not
I'm-
about to
I'm-
put this
nope.
in my face.
Rob, what you rated out of 10?
That shit was
Yeah.
beautiful. Damn near. It might personally, it might be the best film out of the year for me. It might
Over Sinners?
it might hit that 9.5 for me. I'm not gonna lie. And
Damn.
that was with a shitty, not the shittiest type of what is it
Quality.
called, quality, but it wasn't top tier, and I could still see the beauty in damn near every fucking scene. I liked how they were pacing it, and I think we were right where I think we said that
Shut up. You about to give it away.
no,
Please. Shut up.
we
I
broke
mean,
down
he did fly to Japan to watch it.
we broke down which moons were going to be they were going to be talking about in each movie. I think the first and second moon is strictly the second movie. Just to let y'all know. Yeah, if y'all get a good idea, good gist.
Okay, no, that's what we thought. It's what we thought.
Yeah. So which
Did they show
I
a glimpse of them or anything?
first, yes. Second, also yes, because technically that fight started.
Okay.
That was one of the first fights that started. To be honest with you, that was one of the longest fights outside of Muzan.
Yeah, because they showed it in the trailers too. They showed them
Yeah.
in the trailer.
But it wasn't none crazy for him. They went into other people's shit, but great. Not gonna lie. It might be still early. Let me double back and watch it again and let me verify it. But I think it might be my favorite movie out of the year so far.
Jesus.
That shit was beautiful,
Okay.
man. Shit was
Wait,
beautiful.
like out of every type of movie or animated?
every type of movie.
What?
Damn.
I have
than
it
Sinners?
beaten- I have it beaten Sinners right now.
Ooh.
I even
Wow.
know what happens in this motherfucker before.
As
'cause
much
we
as
read it
you
before.
love Fantastic Four,
Yeah.
it surpassed your beloved Fantastic Four, Sinners.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah, this must be smoke.
Demon Slayer. Is this Demon Slayer?
It's that artwork, nigga.
Demon Slayer was beautiful up until that ending. Everything about this fucking show
Yeah,
is
it's
just
fire.
good.
Bro,
It's just
that
good.
honestly, this arc is fire.
Yeah.
I'm not letting anybody tell me it's not. It's just to your point. It's just the ending.
Mhm.
The ending is the part that just put a sour taste in everybody's mouths. But
Man, Slayer.
And they are doing things where the emotion side of it, I could really like the emotional aspects
Yeah,
of it was
okay.
really palpable.
you got me
I'm
ready to
proving-
say
I'm
this about to be a
proving a point.
9.5 for me already. I ain't
a
even
point.
seen it because I ain't gonna lie to you. I know exactly what you're talking about. It's like there's
Yeah.
only so much that you could do in like the
Yes.
manga side of it, but they
Mhm.
still did a
Mhm.
very good job of being
Mhm.
able to convey that in the manga and then being able to draw that out even further, which
Mhm.
typically happens with the anime, but with Ufotable,
Mhm.
yeah, bro.
I might watch that bitch tonight.
You
Go to
need to, man.
Japan. We all about to go to Japan.
and then just double back and pay them on the American release just so they can still keep their numbers up. You dig? That's what I'm about to do. That shit was beautiful. I'm not gonna lie. It's fucking beautiful. Nonetheless, I'm not gonna tell people to go watch that. Just wait for it. Just
Go to
wait for it
Japan.
go.
Hey,
go to
y'all.
Japan. Go to
The
Japan.
plane tickets is low right now.
Yeah. Even if you need to put that bill on layaway, pay that bill off in increments. Do that. Go to Japan, have you a nice, take your lady, bring your lady with you, have a nice little time off, go see the movie, alright? Alright. Alright, so we got this Bo DeMaio tomfoolery again. If y'all didn't know, last week we actually talked about it before, but Bo DeMaio has been going on a scorched earth run in regards to the MCU. He's just been going all. Technically, I believe he has a lawsuit right now claiming discrimination from Marvel. We don't know anything in the works at this point in time in regards to that suit. We haven't heard word about any what is it, settlement amounts, if they're even talking about it or agreeing upon it or anything like that. At this present point in time, we're just going off of, we know it's a suit in the works, and we know Bo DeMaio is incredibly pissed off at the MCU right now.
Very.
Very pissed off. T, if you want to bring up the tweet,
Already
and I'll
did.
read through it.
Already
Oh,
did.
my bad. Oh, my bad. Yes, I was told this in a phone call after episode 5 premiered. I asked the exec if Kevin was happy. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say this is in reference to his I believe his departure and how exactly it happened.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Bo DeMaio has alleged that Marvel Studios chief Kevin Feige resented the show because fans were using it as a referendum on how the MCU is failing. Their response was oh wait, hold up. I asked the exec if Kevin was happy. This is in regards to Bo's
X-Men 97.
Yeah, how Bo sees it. Because stupidly, I still wanted to help the studio out. Their response was a long pause, and then I was told that he'd be happier if fans and audiences weren't using it as a referendum on what the MCU needs to be doing to fix itself. What makes it worse, I think, when I'm thinking about this shit, bro, it's like he's just bitching and moaning.
He could be salty. He could be salty. Yeah, you can't take that away. You can't take that away. He could just be salty and doing all of this out of, like you said, frustration and anger at his departure. But not that it wasn't warranted. It could have still been warranted.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that Kevin wasn't happy about the success of the show. It's just he wishes that, I'm guessing, they would have built a better selection of movies and projects before then, so that this show could really do as best as it possibly could. But since they didn't do that, now people are using this as, oh, this is exactly what the MCU needs. When we've seen that time and time again, anytime the fans would be like, this is exactly what the MCU needs, and the MCU starts to double down on that shit, then fans be like, oh no, this is not it. We don't want this anymore. And this and that and all of that jazz. Like, I feel like this nigga just bitching and moaning. You wanted this nigga to get on all his knees and clap for you. Wow. Hey, thank you very much.
I mean, I get where Rob's coming from, but I would liken this to like there's like the story Chauncey Billups told about Carmelo Anthony, where he would score his 30 points, and in a loss or in a win, he would be more focused on scoring his 30 than the overall team record or the winning. So if they win a game and Melo had 24, then he's not, as on board as everybody else. But if they lose and he got 30, or if they win, he knows he's the one that has. So I see what Bo DeMaio is saying. It's like, damn, man, you ain't had nothing to do with it, but there's good turnout. There's the fans are happy, but it's not my fault. They're saying this is what MCU is doing. But since you're tied to Marvel, you should be showing like some type of, not saying you got to show. It's good writing, and I like that it's a good step in Marvel. But now that Kevin Feige don't have his hat in have his name in it, and he's like, well, people are criticizing my work because of what you all are doing, even though they're a team. It's like it's like they both kind of bitching about a little from the show. He was working on it for years. But I mean, for Kevin Feige to, like he said, not show up to the premiere or to say like, oh, I'm not happy people are making references on what I need to fix on my shit. It's like you can at least give him the props of having Marvel animation be seen in a better light. We know DC, like, yes, they want to see each other do well. DC has been owning animation since 2013. with X-Men 97 and they about to do the Spider-Man animated series, it's like, yo, like Kevin Feige should see, yeah, my but this could be better off for the company as a whole. And I feel like that's some hating shit on both ends, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think I'm a little bit more in line with where D is at. I think that there definitely is elements to this where there, like, you could tell that there was animosity, like it built up, not just from one side, but from both sides. And it could have been, sometimes like stuff like that happen when you're trying to make something that's really incredible, is that you just bump heads. Like you just naturally bump heads with whoever is the person in charge and whoever is the lead and creative in the creative space of how the exact project is going to go. You just see it. You see this in not just in entertainment. You see it in a whole bunch of different industries. It's how great things are made. So I do think that it probably more or less aligns in that. And from what Bo DeMaio is saying here, it is very, Rob, to your point, it is very one-sided. So maybe that's how Bo took it, but it wasn't exactly how Kevin meant for it to be. But it is very telling, I think, like, why not come to the premiere? Why not put money up for the closing that they do after a series or a production ends and is in the phase where it's airing? Why would that be something that, if you the head of this series, would you want to stay away from? Now, it could be in part because of, if these allegations against Bo DeMaio are real and true, maybe that is a simple answer to it, is that's why they wanted to have a little bit of separation. But if it's not, if those allegations aren't true, and this, which again, I really need somebody to explain to me, what did Bo do? Because it's very confusing for me. Like, I get it's like right now it feels like a rumor has been said about him. And it's like, okay, we know what a rumor is, though. A rumor is something where you need to have like actual facts about it. Like, I need proof that this is more than just a rumor, that this is actually something that happened. And as far as I know, everywhere that I've tried to look for it, I haven't really found anything concrete. So to me, that's all it is a rumor in regards to Bo DeMaio. And he also did have an issue that was very similar with the Watcher series. He was a part of the creative team for the Watcher, and I believe, I'm not positive, I need to double check this, but according to him, the person who did that ended up taking their comments back. They said that they were doing it out of jealousy because they worked with Bo since Vampire Diaries and was mad at the progressive growth that Bo was getting in terms of taking a creative charge in certain projects and such. And they just kind of made that up because they were mad at him. And he had other people who were production leads for the Watcher that actually came out and defended him, which is why people aren't talking about the Watcher situation as much and why it kind of fell into the background. So if that is true, and this is another example of it, just with Marvel trying to kind of push him out because they don't like the voice that he necessarily has, then yeah, not showing. I mean, it's bad morale. If this certain section that we're looking at on the screen now is true, it's bad for like business. Like, bro, these people gotta come and work for you. You can't congratulate them when it's something that's viewed as a success, even if you mad at how the process of it went. To just be like, yeah, no, I'm not showing up. I'm not paying for y'all to have something that's a tradition. I take it for how creative TV shows and entertainment shows and movies go. Like, if it's something that's like a part of the process and you tell the studio no, or you tell them no, we're not celebrating them, and it's a success, I don't know, that's a little weird. Just a little weird to me. But again, Bo could be exaggerating with all of this us on front of the screen right now. It's very possible.
When we bring in the context, though, we look at it again. This is a time where Marvel was stretching Kevin Feige way too thin in regards to all of the projects they were releasing.
That's a good point.
Do we think that Kevin Feige was really at all of these red carpet events for all of these shows and movies?
I like that. Real quick.
Do we think that he went for the Secret Invasion red carpet?
Had to.
Hell no. Fuck no.
Let's see.
Was he there?
Let's see.
Do we know for sure, Rob?
They said that he's at a lot of the red carpet events, but although all the most things that I've seen was for the movies and not really for the MCU shows. Which again,
No funny shit. I didn't even know shows had red carpet events. I didn't know when
Yeah.
DeMaio said that shit. I'm like, hey, my nigga, I didn't even know.
Yeah. So I'm
I didn't even know y'all had a red carpet for no cartoon.
Yeah, it's like a. I don't know whether it's like a red carpet event or if it's more like
it's his own thing. I can't remember.
That shit was in a hotel lobby. Fuck out of here. It wasn't, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Do y'all feel? And I just want to bring this up. Remember Ray Fisher, the guy that played Cyborg?
Yeah.
Yes.
So he came out and was saying that there was a lot of problems with Joss Whedon, and Joss Whedon wasn't a good person. Some people aren't meant for leadership and all this and that. Only support he got was from Jason Momoa. That said, yeah, a lot of shit got serious on set. Boom, 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 boom. They didn't really expound on what. But it's like, bro, I feel like sometimes black people, we the only people that be out the shit that be. I'm not saying Bo DeMaio is everything he's saying is true. I'm like, when you look at Ray Fisher, you look at Bo DeMaio, you look at some other people, it's like, yo, we the only ones saying, hey, this person ain't shit and this went on. Everybody else been quiet because they're like, yo, this kind of the hand that's feeding us. Or some niggas might be blowing some shit out of proportion. Like Ray Fisher came from Broadway. And it's like, yo, this is not Broadway. This is Hollywood. This is different. Bo DeMaio, you're a writer on an X-Men cartoon. Maybe Kevin Feige is like, okay, good show, my nigga, but this is beneath me. But I feel like a lot of the complaining is not, like Rob said, now that I'm looking at this tweet, it's like it's a lot of bitching going on. A lot of complaining. It's like, my nigga, like, damn.
Why weren't you at my release for my show? And why didn't you deliberately say out of your mouth that this was the best shit since sliced bread that Marvel has ever produced? Like, my nigga, shut the fuck up. We get it's a good show.
All right, so Secret Invasion, Kevin Feige was there.
He was there?
Kevin Feige was there.
Fuck! Y'all know that TikTok?
Was he there for Miss Marvel?
Miss Marvel, I feel like he's most likely there for the movies, but I didn't.
No, the Miss Marvel TV show.
Oh yeah,
Kamala Khan and them big old fists.
You love Miss Marvel. I can see that.
Yeah, bro. I don't disagree with you that like it's very, especially when you only get one side, and the reality is we are only going to get one side because Marvel is not, especially if they're in a lawsuit against Bo DeMaio right now, they're not going to reply to any of this, and likely even beyond the lawsuit, there won't be much comments from Kevin Feige, Lou D'Esposito, or Marvel in general in regards to Bo DeMaio. It's just kind of, he'll be like we just won't.
Kevin Feige's probably like, look, nigga, you making a cartoon. I'm in my office on my knees trying to get Robert Downey Jr. back. Mouth agape. I'm worried about some more other shit. I'm worried about where this shit going after Kang, and you see your drawings of Mystique.
Even if I'll give this nigga the benefit of the doubt, because we know again that Hollywood is going to produce a toxic work environment. When you're talking about people's IPs, when you're talking about the passion and the shit people went through in order to get their visions to be heard, of course there's going to be some toxicity. Again, I'm not saying that is good, but it's par for the course for Hollywood and how it's currently situated. One would expect that Ryan Coogler would have had even a worse time than this nigga Bo DeMaio, due to him being so fucking forefront about how he'd like it, and due to him being so well renowned that he automatically generates a certain amount of power when he comes into these meeting rooms with Marvel in regards to how he wants to set up Black Panther. And I haven't heard a peep from this nigga Ryan Coogler about any of that shit.
Well, in his defense, in Bo DeMaio's defense, Ryan Coogler, he actually did address that. He said Ryan was backed by, I guess, somebody who was from old Marvel.
And now he's
back
gone.
when Kevin Feige was kind of young dog. And yeah, that guy is gone now, but still, when you got, I mean, it does help when you got somebody that's kind of like in your corner versus when you don't. So
But
for Bodemayo, he probably likely did see it from the angle of not really having anybody backing him. So a lot of the things that he's saying is more than likely what a lot of people are gonna face as they come in with Marvel or as they have been with Marvel. Whereas like Ryan Coogler is kind of like same thing. You know, the your boy for I think he's doing Spider. Yeah, he did change Chi, right? The guy who did Spider Man
yeah,
is doing
that's
Spider
Daniel
Man.
Creighton. Yeah.
So there's like even for him, there's a pipeline there. Most people I don't fit. That's through Ryan Coogler. So it's like the people who navigate through that pipeline, whoever that original person was, now Ryan Coogler, that whoever goes to that way, they got a backing where we don't know whether that's true for everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's one thing that is like, yeah, like I get you, we could say like, oh, well, Ryan Coogler hasn't said anything, but he might have had special privileges that other creatives, directors, producers wouldn't necessarily get.
And he's coming with something. He coming with Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
At the time, that nigga was a hot commodity.
At the time,
So
I wouldn't even say super duper hot commodity at that point in time. I think Marvel really solidified himself and got him that backing, especially that first Black Panther film. But up until that point, I believe he just did Fruitvale Station, and it might have did one other film, I believe, that was like super mainstream. Outside of that, like, to a whole bunch of white people, let's be honest, it was just a nigga doing stories about niggas.
Yeah,
And y'all know how much white people I'm sorry that this is the reality, but this is the reality. White people
then
don't
he
give
did a movie
fuck
on the
about
ultimate
stories.
nigga.
Yes.
The Black Panther.
Yes. So even at that, when all of the times where we've heard of the stories of specific people at Marvel talking about, oh, they felt weirded out because Chadwick Boseman kept his African accent after filming or some shit like that, and all of this jazz, or people didn't want them to have African names in that motherfucker. Even despite through all of that, Ryan Coogler was still able to get his shit heard and still able to produce that shit. Bo DeMaio was talking all this shit, and yet it seems like everything that he wanted to come out of this fucking X-Men 97 show came about in the show. So how are you upset the nigga don't listen to you, but yet give you the freedoms to do what you want in the show?
I think more what his problem was, it wasn't because he said like I had to fight for a lot of this stuff to be able to be done.
It's not surprising.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you, but I think what he was just noticing is like he was like, you know what, I think that things got to be run a little bit better than what I've seen. We got people that's coming in here and they so scared about how the meeting is going to go. They trying to make baked goods to try to just ease the morale. He like things that you just notice along the process. Even if he was able to get all of the things that he needed, it's like you just notice a toxic environment and you just like, yo, like I'm able to get things done, but this is pretty wild. It seemed like that's what he was going through.
I got a rude awakening for this nigga.
I was gonna say, bro, because even like at work, like I was saying, like it's shit I noticed where I'm like, yo, why they talking like this? Why is even at my job? Why is a shorty bringing in homemade cookies when the chief growth officer come down? Because she knows the nigga got a temper and an attitude. That shouldn't be. You shouldn't have to fucking bake Toll House cookies because some nigga got an attitude. And I see Bo didn't make this no race card thing. So I'm like, this might just be for him, but it's like, nigga, you're gonna have to answer this. Everybody not gonna greenlight your idea. Like going on a Twitter rant.
Yeah.
No. And I see when he was like Ryan Coogler was going through this and that. Ryan Coogler don't seem like the nigga to get on Twitter and be bitching. He's like, hey, these niggas using African names and accents. Like this is how it's going. Like some people just have that type of I'm not gonna say command that type of respect, but some people just gonna be like, yo, this is it. Niggas like Bo DeMaio is probably pouting around the office, probably texting people on the side, talking shit about Feige, and that's probably what. Because I'm like, you go on to Twitter, 40-year-old man. It's like, all right, my nigga, like you, like Rob said, the more I keep talking about this nigga Bo, I'm trying to back. This really is a lot of bitching though.
I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, but god damn, nigga.
Yeah, it's a lot. Like, I mean, it's not just. And again, we talked about this last week. There was his own series from last week, then another series this weekend. So I definitely do see where y'all coming from. I'm not disagreeing with that. I just think, you know, sometimes when a person go on a rant, like we oftentimes see this when people are drunk, but like they go on a rant and then they end up saying something where you like, okay, well, hold up now. We can't just walk past that. You realize what you just said? That's what it kind of felt like with a lot of the things that he was saying. It's like, yes, he was ranting, but there is some interesting things in here. Speaking of which, T, I just put it in the chat. I want it more specifically because I know D is very critical in regards to how exactly everything is going to play out in the next saga. And Bo did actually comment on his feelings in regards to how it is how he feels, what he feels about it right now. And I wanted to see if we could kind of go over that really quickly too.
Yep,
All right,
that's
We
right.
could probably move on.
So
Like
help me God, if the next saga they bring up, if they put Kamala Khan in the X-Men, I will go
She
to
probably
Kevin
will.
Feige's office.
She gonna be an X-Men.
She gonna be an X-Men.
She 100% gonna be an
She's a mutant.
I,
She got
Kevin
retcon in
Feige,
the
I will
comic.
drive to your office in Burbank, California, and I will sit on the stake and let you watch the stake go through my fucking body
Jesus Christ.
and traumatize you for the rest of your life.
Jesus. Lord have mercy. What's wrong with Kamala Khan?
I'm just telling you, that's gonna happen.
Kevin Feige, if you don't have Kitty Pryde, Psylocke, Emma Frost,
Why can't he have all of them and Kamala Khan?
because in the history of mankind, there hasn't been a person that has said Kamala Khan needs to be in this X-Men. Nobody has ever said that.
It's not.
But
yeah.
it's easy. Like that's like saying I got this easy slam dunk opportunity and I'm just not going to use it.
That's how I look at it.
People know about Kamala Khan already because she was.
And how much did her movie make? 200
200 something. But also
her show, there is 207
her
million.
show is one of fans' favorite shows that Marvel.
Then why didn't they go see the movie? What the fuck are we talking about?
Because they also had Captain Marvel in that hoe.
And it had a black woman.
And I don't know if you knew this.
Women.
It was 3 women in a red pill society. I don't know.
Yeah.
If you know,
but
I'm
nigga,
with Rob on that.
in a red pill society, if women talk about I want to stick it to the man and fuck the patriarchy and fuck all these cis white men, you better go purchase a fucking ticket for $18.15.
It would be a thing if the main demographic of comic books and comic book films weren't white men. But sadly, it is.
That's because white men sell them damn toys. You can't name 10 bitches on this planet that action figure in their bedroom. 10 women, excuse my language. I just caught myself.
He was like, ooh.
It's too late, huh?
You can go to Bangladesh, you can go to Bali, you can go to Baghdad, God damn it, you can go to Pakistan. You won't see a Kamala Khan action figure in their Walmart. So I'm tired of these women complaining. And now she got to be part of my X-Men.
This nigga be crashing out about Kamala Khan, man.
Bro, we already got a video. We had her in a... What are we talking about here?
Say that again.
We had her in that Avengers video game. That ain't shit.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Yeah, niggas forgot about that, huh?
Yeah. That game was ass in regard. All right, but let's do this. Let's read this. Like, I don't mean to be a hater, but who looks at this and says this is the care, respect, and serious thinking that the X-Men characters deserve? Hell, who looks at this and says this is a competent leadership from a studio that is in no way alarming? Kevin is introducing new concepts like adamantium and Mutant Miss Marvel while simultaneously recycling old Fox characters, all before telling us They're going to reboot everything anyways. Like, what the fuck? Like, oh my fuck. It seems like this nigga is just bitching and moaning about the most trivial of things. I'm sorry that the Fox characters never got their justice in regards to their movies. So God forbid Kevin Feige wants to use them one last time before introducing a new set of characters and then making a whole saga revolve around those specific new characters. Like, how am I supposed to take what this nigga Bo is saying seriously when how he's putting it is like, oh, we're just using old Fox characters and then that's it. We're not gonna give them any meaningful things or anything like that. We're just using them just to use them. Like, bro, come on, dog. Like,
Yeah, he's
like,
at this point. It's like nigga, like him even throwing in the red carpet at the end. Like I didn't know it was at the end. It's like they did 10 premiere. Nigga, they didn't have anything to do with it. And I get he was like, show some support. That'll be cool, whatever. But it's like they didn't show up. And them introducing concepts, it's like, nigga, like this nigga Bo DeMaio act like he's the only writer. Yeah, oh God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah. Yo. Hey, yo, Elon, delete this nigga's Twitter. It's a whole essay.
This nigga's going crazy. Like, are we let me get y'all understanding. And then I'll ask it again once Now comes back. Are we really upset that they're using the Fox X-Men for the Secret Wars and Doomsday?
Nope.
You said, are they what?
Are you upset that they're using Fox X-Men characters?
I mean, what other X-Men? Oh, you talking about, is they supposed to bring in new ones? No, because we all know after Secret Wars is going to be a reboot. So if they brought in new X-Men, it'll be like, yo, what was the point? Just wait till you reboot it. So yeah, using Fox X-Men characters, and I get what some people saying, like he might be like, yo, like these killed off like twice. But if you got a multiverse, you might as well just use them and then bring in new people.
Crazy thing is, you don't even have to kill any of those niggas off. You could use the main MCU cast to kill somebody off from that way, and it'll hit a lot more harder because that's who we've been accustomed to seeing these past couple of years.
Thor, kill that nigga.
We could use Thor. We could possibly use Loki. Somebody
Loki
that
been
hasn't
killed too many times.
Probably not Loki. Probably somebody else, somebody who hasn't died as of recently in the MCU. But like,
Hulk not gonna hit if he die.
How do you really expect a nigga? Let's, because from Bo DeMaio's standpoint, it seems like he wants to introduce the X-Men, wrap up the multiverse saga, go in depth about Doom's storyline, and go in depth about Secret Wars, all in the next 2 to 3 years. And I just don't understand how he thinks that shit is supposed to be done.
Ain't that what they doing though?
They're doing Fox X-Men characters, already established characters, and then they're going to use that to springboard and introduce other X-Men characters, their main X-Men characters going forward. Is what I'm accustomed, or what I'm guessing. What I'm thinking Bo wants is he wants all new X-Men characters because he has such an issue with them recycling Fox X-Men characters. He wants them to bring up all new X-Men characters, give them a backstory, at least sufficient enough to keep people interested in these characters when we introduce them, all while trying to tell Doom's story, all while trying to finish up the multiverse incursion, all while trying to finish up Secret Wars, all while trying to finish up Kang and everything that happened with that shit, all while trying to put all of these fucking mismatched ass projects together to somewhat make sense in the end. Like, I don't think this nigga Bo DeMaio is thinking about how fucking disastrous that shit can be. How disastrous this ending could be.
From his thing, if he wanted the X-Men to get flushed out and he wanted like an all new X-Men team, like you wouldn't have to go through origin stories. Like you don't have to really go through explaining much. And it was like we've seen 2 iterations of the X-Men team. So if we do it a new one, they would need their own movie, and this would have to connect with Doom and Secret Wars. It's like that would be way too much right now. So,
like, bruh.
And that would mean Marvel would have to push Doomsday. It would be pushed out like a year or two from what it is, because having Spider-Man, then you need an X-Men movie, then you need a movie with Doom and him explaining all that. Yeah, I get where he's going, because maybe it was like at the time he was like, "Yo, if y'all doing all this, y'all might as." It's like you're on the animation side, like you having problems with Marvel Phase One, and now you having problems with what they do it now at Hall H. It's like, bro, like he gotta realize Phase One Marvel, yeah, we had more excitement because something new, but now it's like all these actors and shit, they have more going on. So you're not gonna have all 13 fucking actors coming to Hall H. You might have 3 or 4. Everybody's schedule's gonna be different. He's trying to have it, I guess, be like how it was in the beginning, but he's doing a bit too much now.
And then he's asking for niggas. There's no talk of the actual heroes or characters or story. Nigga, why the fuck would I tell niggas a synopsis of what the fuck we're trying to convey in the movies before we drop the movie? Why in God's green earth would we ever do that? Niggas already been complaining about us putting too much shit in the trailers as is. Why am I going into depth about the actual heroes, the characters, or the story when the movie could do that shit perfectly fine for me? And then the nigga brings up A-list celebrities. The only A-list celebrity that I believe these niggas is bringing in is RDJ in comparison to Marvel in general. Probably you can add in Chris Evans with that as well. But those are the only 2 A-list celebrities. They deliberately said with the new X-Men, they don't want to have A-list celebrities. They want lesser known characters
so they can build them up.
Yes.
Yeah, and the thing is with this, it's like why would they go into depth about the characters they do in these meetings if they got a nigga that's going on Twitter doing all this ranting and telling everything? They like, yo, we only need a select few. Like Kevin Feige is probably like, yo, I got 5 to 6 people that know everything we plan on doing for this universe. I'm not telling the writer from an animated show what our plans are. And now, like, God forbid if he was in the, we would know everything Marvel doing for the next 10 years the way this nigga carrying on. So Kevin Feige's like, I dodged a bullet not bringing any meetings.
Like, bro.
Or telling him a goddamn thing.
And I'm really trying to be on both sides for this, but Bo just makes it difficult. Bo makes it difficult.
He is making it difficult.
Like, I can understand your prowess and how you made X-Men 97, all of that jazz. I can understand that, but I can also understand, nigga, you had to deal with one show. This nigga Kevin Feige has to deal with shows and movies and everything else under the sun in regards to Marvel when it comes to its live action properties. I'm sorry, my nigga. I'm sorry you didn't get the recognition that you felt like you deserved. I'm sorry that happened. But god damn it, if it's so much of a problem, why not ask James Gunn for an opportunity at DC? Why not? Why not?
He's not getting that shit now the way he acting.
Why is he not getting an opportunity anywhere? It's like, it's these things where I start to question, like, even another show that I'm pretty sure we all generally like, the animated Spider-Man.
Oh yeah,
animated Spider-Man show.
Oh yes,
yeah. Jeff Tremble, another black guy, seems to me had no fucking issues in regards to this. He pitched 4 seasons worth of story ideas to Marvel, and it seems like he's had no issues with what's going on at Marvel. For whatever reason, all these writers were there. All of these people that worked at Marvel did all of this shit and had none of the same vitriol that fucking Bo DeMaio has. I don't understand. It doesn't make sense to me. Because at some point in time, niggas would have came out regardless. It would have been lawsuits. It would have been all of this shit facing fucking Marvel. But yet there isn't. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm trying to give him the benefit of it. It's hard for me to give him the benefit of the doubt. It's truly hard. Truly hard. I wanted to wait until now. Okay. More to get his. How do you feel, T?
Honestly, it's like this. I understand it sounds like he's having a hissy fit with everything that's going off on Twitter about everything, his time with Marvel and what he had to deal with, pretty much trying to put people on the spot. But at the same time, it's like you kind of see the wheel still being reinvented by Marvel and Disney. RDJ, he's had his issues. They brought him on to play Iron Man. Josh Brolin had his issues. He still got to play Thanos. Jonathan Majors, he got in trouble. Where's he at? Not back on Marvel. They kicked him to the curb. Bo DeMaio. It don't matter the grade of what it is a person of color has done. It's like they kicked them to the curb with a quickness, with a swiftness. And I can understand why him going on this rant would piss him off, because it's like, bruh, we don't know what he did. We don't. But outside looking in, it's like,
he supposedly sent unsolicited sexual based for pictures to a coworker without his consent.
It's wrong. He should be going to for having an evaluation, a counseling, should be going to therapy. Like, you can't put them in two separate areas. The man gave y'all some heat. I understand it's wrong. It's wrong, totally wrong. I'm not saying that what he's doing we should look past. No. He should still go go under like the necessary protocol like you would do at a job when you do something like wrong. You know what I mean? Work suspension. Mm-hmm. You can't work on part of the project. Stuff like that. Get pay cut. Like, you can't just it's like this. When you do something and you go to trial, you're innocent until proven guilty. You still got to go through like the chain of commands. Like, you can't just, oh, you're done. Oh, you're done. You know what I'm saying? So it's like at the end of the day, he's wrong. I am not for what he did. I'm not. But at the same time, the track record of those of a lighter hue and those of color, it scales differently.
I don't know about that though, because
my question: what did Josh Brolin do?
When we talk about RDJ and Josh Brolin, he was arrested for domestic battery back in 2004.
With who?
After an altercation with
his wife.
Okay, so what is worse, sending unsolicited photos to a coworker or beating up your wife?
I'm not going to play the what's worse game. Both of them are bad things you shouldn't fucking do. What I am gonna do is, the shit happened in 2004. For RDJ, his legal troubles related to his drug addiction primarily happened between 1996 and 2001. Iron Man 1 didn't come out till 2008. So it generally lines up with how studios operate when people have the news is hot for them at that present point in time. The only difference between RDJ and Josh Brolin is that these niggas did it while they was employed to Marvel. In comparison to Josh Brolin and RDJ doing this shit when they weren't even associated with Marvel at the time. And then years and years passed before they even actually got associated. That shit happened with Josh Brolin in 2004. He didn't become Thanos. We didn't actually see him play Thanos until Infinity War, which was 2010s? Late 2010s.
Yeah, well, we see him in Guardians of the Galaxy 20.
It's not to say that what they did just wasn't as bad as such and such and so forth. What they did was bad, but they also paid their penance, which I think for the years and years of that time. Jonathan Majors just did that shit. Jonathan Majors did that shit after Quantumania came out. This nigga was fucking. He probably just finished Loki season 2. He did it while he was still being employed by Marvel. That's gonna be two separate things. And Disney and Marvel has to save face for a specific demographic. They want to come off as what's the word? Fucking inclusive for everybody. They want to come off as the cream of the crop in regards to filmmaking companies. And in order to do that, when you aggressively place a white woman into a truck, you're gonna have to get kicked to the curb. When you send your coworkers unsolicited, probably dick pics and other sexual content, you're gonna have to get kicked to the curb.
I mean, they kicked James Gunn to the curb after his. So even though I'm not a fan of the nigga, they did do him shady, and they brought up his past. So like Robert is saying,
which is crazy.
But I'm saying that was like years before he was even hired at Marvel Guardian.
Yeah,
and it's like Rob is saying, like they doing this shit while employed. This ain't like you just get out of jail and be. That's on my record, but I'm looking for a job now. That's like you being at work and be like, yeah, I'm gonna go shoot somebody. Your job gonna let you go, nigga.
Yeah.
Now, okay, I got a question. I'm glad that you brought that up and that you brought up the Jonathan Majors part. With Jonathan Majors, we can't forget, we did see that Marvel kind of waited to see how things played out until evidence kind of came into play. Again, with the Bo DeMaio situation, we really don't, as far as I know, unless y'all found something while I was gone there for a second, I really don't know of any evidence
since that has sexual in nature. I don't believe the other party that brought it up to Marvel has to necessarily say anything. So it's going to be hard for somebody to be like, hey, we got this claim from Jane Doe about what happened. It's like people already naturally going come to that with skepticism. Like, oh, what's the name? Oh, who's the person? When I feel like those sexual matters, if the person doesn't want it to be known that it happened to them, then I don't believe they have the jurisdiction to outline what exactly happened. You catch what I'm throwing down?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but even with that, like, okay, there's no, like, in terms of them, because you're right, there could be a zero tolerance policy, and the moment that it comes out, HR gets wind of this, HR won't even say who the person is. Like, at least for how typical like sexual harassment policies are with jobs, y'all all took the training. So in typical situations like that, HR is not required, I think, and they're actually required by law to not say exactly who it is. You're allowed to have that anonymity, whatever. Y'all know the word I'm trying to say. Terrible at saying that word. I hate it.
Autonomy or something?
Yeah, it's like anonymity,
autonomy.
Whatever. Is it autonomy? Okay.
Yeah.
But like you're allowed to have that. Yeah, I know. It's I always struggle with it. I literally try to avoid it anytime, and then it just be popping up, and I'll be like, nah. But you're allowed to have that, and you are granted that. And again, if Marvel does have like a zero tolerance policy, Rob, to your point, yeah, that could be enough for them to be like, oh no, I don't know what the details are, but I know that you violated the policy, so you got a boogie. That's why I think there is a huge, for me personally at least, there is a huge investment in seeing how Bo DeMaio's lawsuit goes, because the lawsuit would not only say this is false in terms of the claims that were brought up, and that as well as that Marvel, because it's kind of two-folded, as well as that Marvel tarnished my image essentially and reporting on and spreading these false claims. So it's kind of switching entertainment sectors for a second. You know how Drake has this lawsuit with UMG right now, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people are mad at what he is actually requesting in that lawsuit. But what Drake is trying to do and his lawyers are trying to do is they're trying to cover all of the grounds. They're trying to cover the I didn't lie. They're trying to cover the UMG use bots. They're trying to basically get an answer from UMG in regards to everything. And that's kind of how I believe, even though I haven't seen any paperwork on it, that's how I kind of feel Bo DeMaio is going about his lawsuit with Disney and Marvel in regards to his firing. He's trying to say, not only do I want there to be a clear decision made as to whether I did these actions, but I also want Marvel to admit that they purposely went out of their way to defame me and my credibility with something that they had not verified, not proved, not done any investigation on, etc. So I want to keep an eye on that, because if he were to win that, then it would say that these things that he's saying in regards to how Marvel treated him must have been true. Because if they weren't, Marvel not going to let him get a come up off that.
They could still settle.
But what does that say? Like, if it's one of those things where it's like,
sometimes settling is just the cheaper route to go.
But it also can show guilt.
It most definitely
like
can.
If we use the case of Shannon Sharp.
But if we because his lawyers probably came to him like, yo, listen, if we really take this shit to court, it's gonna be a long drawn out battle. Probably a multi-year process of battle. Which means you have to keep these lawyers on retainer throughout all of this time. That shit is gonna add up immensely. Lawyers talk to their clients about this shit. Like, is it gonna be more cost efficient to go through the trial because of the amount of money that you could win? Because Shannon Sharp in this instance can win back his name, or guess the cleanliness of his name. But even at that, how much is that worth now when all of these allegations are already out? Yeah, like his fame is already tainted as is. So do you want to waste tens of millions of dollars to keep going through with the lawsuit and trying to prove your name when it already did its damage that it was supposed to intend to do? Or do you just want to lick your wounds, pay a set amount, and be done with it right now and not have to worry about stressing yourself about this shit?
Based off these tweets though, bro, he seems like a pretty prideful individual.
OD.
So he might be like, oh, I don't care. He might be on I'm on petty time 3000.
He good.
And if that is the case, he just wants because the thing is, we don't know what could come also with that settlement. It could be, I want you to issue me a public apology. If he wins it, you know what I'm saying?
Apology? Come on, nigga.
It would be money too. It would be money too, I imagine. But what I'm saying is, and as well as that, what could be weaved into that is a public statement from Disney or Marvel saying,
he want that shit from Kevin Feige himself. Yeah, he talking about Kevin Feige. No, he want that shit from Kevin Feige himself.
Yeah,
I want Kevin Feige to
you
apologize.
See the energy he got. You know what I'm saying?
Like, and we were talking about it in the one tweet. He was gone, but where he's talking about how he feels it's not right for them to recycle Fox X-Men characters and everything like that. And me and D were bringing it up. Like, what did you want these niggas to do? Go into depth with new X-Men characters? Just throw them on the niggas?
Yeah, I think he a little shady I think that's a little jadedness in regards to his response, and that's why I wanted to I wanted to talk about that part, because I do agree. I think that it is a little jaded. I think Rob, I think you brought up this point. I think it's a really good point. We also got to remember that Kevin Feige was a part of that Fox X-Men universe once upon a time. That guy might want to do it might mean something to him to have a 360 moment with these characters, bringing these characters back and having a hooray to them. And for Bo to not be able to see that, or at least not even be able to bring up that point in his argument, it does seem a little like you might be a little jaded in regards to that. You can't understand why they're going in the direction that they're going, even if you don't like the direction. You couldn't see how there could possibly be a connection there. But I think that's the thing is I think the reason why Bo DeMaio cannot say that or at least acknowledge that piece is because he has so much animosity around this idea of Kevin Feige wanting to have his name on everything and wanting to be celebrated in this larger level and being, according to him, even though we don't, it's just alleged, but him not wanting, him being Kevin Feige being a little jaded towards X-Men 97 because he couldn't be a part of it and have his name written on it. So in Bo's mind, it's like, probably, I'm not trying to speak for him, but in his mind, there's a possibility that he looks at it as, yes, I could see how the common fan would think that Kevin Feige wants to do a 360 and just have homage to these characters and studios that he was a part of before. But in my experience with this individual, no, I know that this is more of a narcissistic play than anything else. And that's the reason why he can't acknowledge it from a creative level. Not to say that there isn't any creative input that may be at play there for Kevin Feige. But it's just his animosity. His animosity is just on 10. Like, and that's why everything got to be taken with a grain of salt, because when somebody is angry, right, they could just go, you don't know what is the truth. You know what I mean? Unless multiple people are giving you insights, you don't know what is the truth or not. They could just be fuming and saying whatever.
But this shit, I mean to cut you off, but this shit kind of like when your girl angry.
Yeah.
Like it's not, it's like, yo, you talking to her like he just got fired. And he's like, yeah, nigga, but what you did in 2018, like, yo, you got fired in 2022, you bitch. You bringing up some old shit. Yeah, but Kevin Feige didn't come to my red carpet. When hoes get mad, somebody don't come to their birthday. It's like, yo, relax.
Yeah,
I get like your shorty mad at you for. It's like, bro, you taking to Twitter over some shit, and it's like, bro, people you work with don't have your. What the fuck do you think the fans are about to do? We got X-Men 97. They finished the season without you. We got season 2 coming, granted, in 2 years. It's like you're not the only nigga working on this. This is not going to help you get any other job in like, and you calling out Kevin Feige, like the head nigga. You calling out the head nigga. No other studio is going to be. He's going to hold my feet to the fire and talk shit about me on public webs. He just ruined his own career.
That's one of them things where it's like, time will tell. It's a risky thing that he is doing, putting this much energy and money towards this. That's what make me think he gotta know he got like an ironclad case. Cause like, I don't disagree with y'all. We don't even know whether this is something worth fighting, and he's still fighting it. And it's not necessarily pushing his career along, fighting it. There hasn't been, as far as I know, I don't know of anything else that he's been picked up on, anything else that he's been a part of. And that also is the point as to why he might be fighting it, because he might have got blacklisted from this. And he's saying, I can't get blacklisted when I just kind of broke into Hollywood. Not just broke in, because he did the originals. He worked his way up in Hollywood. If he get blacklisted, he like, there's no way I could do that. And that might be leading it. But I also think he must know that, like, I'm gonna win. As long as I take the lawsuit to court and it's heard, it makes me feel like he knows something. Like he knows he's gonna win. Cause I don't know. To y'all point, is it worth it? Like at the end of the day.
Whose lawyer would advise him to go on Twitter and be like, "Yeah, go ahead, go and talk shit about Kevin Feige"?
I don't think his lawyer is advising him to do this. I think he's just this upset. Ain't no
his lawyer. One fun fact though about his lawyer too. I'm sorry.
His lawyer's like, I'm getting paid regardless, nigga. Lose or win.
His lawyer Brian Friedman is a notable attorney for specifically situations like this. He's represented some people. Like some people. I want to see if I can find that list of who he did represent. But he's not it. Like I think Michael Jackson was one of the, like he is somebody who has represented a lot of different celebrities in regards to this exact. Octavia Spencer is one. What was another one? Megyn Kelly from NBC when she was fired. Michael Jackson for the Leaving Neverland. Remember how that whole thing kind of spurred a lawsuit from the Jackson estate?
Yeah.
Gabrielle Union. Chris Harrison, who was fired from The Bachelor. That whole debacle, that was a whole thing. So a lot of people who have been and then Justin Baldoni most recently. T knows that name because that is Nice Pool.
Yes,
that's that Nice Pool guy.
Yeah. Okay.
He's representing him currently in regards to that case as well, which that's an ongoing case.
Nice Pool, come on, nigga.
Yeah. I don't know whether they should have did that though. If it is enough to allude to homie, I don't know. They probably shouldn't have did that. But there's also been more. He's represented Julia Roberts. He's represented Kate Beckinsale, Kevin Spacey. A lot of different names. Mariah Carey. He's represented Robert. Yep, he's represented Robert Downey Jr., Vin Diesel, Seth Rogen, Quentin Tarantino. He's represented Christopher Nolan. So
he's represented a lot of people that's I don't know, bro. I would say they above Odemayo on the
like no, the point is though is that this is somebody who seems like he's fought in situations and circumstances like this, and I don't know if you have enough knowledge, seasoned knowledge like that, do you take that case on or not? A great example of a lawyer that didn't necessarily know the difference is that the guy who sued Shannon Sharp also sued Jay-Z. So we see how it don't necessarily have to mean that you took on a case that you should have taken on. But, you know, maybe this guy who's had a massive history taking cases like this is saying Bodemayo has a case here. I don't know.
I mean, Kevin Spacey didn't have a case. Well, if we talking about the same case he was in, I don't know, but never mind.
Yeah, he didn't. I probably shouldn't have said that name. I ain't really think about. I ain't really think about what that name exactly was tied to. But time out. Did he beat it? He in London right now, right?
Oh,
Kevin Spacey.
I don't think he.
But you know they get slaps on the wrist. Come on, Paula Deen back on. Yeah. Take a 2-year hiatus, get a slap on the wrist, and you'll be back in their. Bo DeMaio is doing too much damage. We didn't see Kevin Spacey and Paula Deen and fucking all these niggas take to Twitter like he is.
That's true. He represented Don Lemon. Didn't Don Lemon have a notable case?
I have no clue.
I can't remember.
Did he win that
Kevin
one?
Spacey, it was not found liable in his U.S. civil suit and not guilty in the U.K. criminal trial. However, he is still facing a civil trial in the U.K. related to another sexual assault allegation.
Jeez Louise.
They talking about the Watcher one. I think that's the one that they talking about, which he said, according to him, I had to look into that more, but according to him, the Watcher one is dropped, and the producer has. That's the only two that I saw was the Watcher and this case with Marvel. Which, like, even if one, and that's the other part, if both of them are saying, if it ends up being that both of them don't substantiate that Bodemayo did anything wrong, what does that say at that point?
Wait, say it again. I'm sorry.
If the secondary case that you just referred to is the same one that I think it is, and he was saying that case has been dropped and he's gotten essentially the apology that the same apology he want from Kevin Feige, he already got from the producers on the Watcher side. And my question is, if that, the Witcher. I keep calling it the Watcher. I meant to say Witcher.
Yeah, I was so lost. I'm like, what the fuck is
the one with Henry Cavill.
Yeah. But if the Witcher case they dropped and said, okay, no, this was something where somebody acted out of jealousy and hatred, and then this case ends up being the same thing, what does that say, like, in regards to Bo DeMaio, it's kind of like you got a target on your back. And why? They just hating on him? They ain't gonna get a little. I do agree. There's a lot that's up. There's a lot to kind of toss up here, and it's a lot that we still don't know that we probably need to know. So that's why I'm not disagreeing with y'all at all. I just feel like I really do want to get answers to these things, because if it was just Bo DeMaio's personal situation, I'm not trying to be offensive to Bo DeMaio, but I don't really care. It's just that he got so much other things that's attached to this that kind of describes Marvel, which I do care about. And if one can give me more answers on the other, then I would like to hear what those answers are. I like to know for a fact, is he just doing this out of hatred and animosity towards Marvel, or is he right about what he's saying and there's a really big toxic problem at Marvel?
And then we can end off after this, unless somebody else has something to say. When you really parse through all of the fucking tweets this nigga Bo DeMaio has, there'll be some tweets where you read and you be like, nigga, what? Somebody responded to him about what was it? The party that they did after X-Men 97, a rap party that they did, and he was pissed that Marvel didn't back it or anything like that. Somebody commented on him like, were you targeted because you made what many consider the best MCU show on Disney Plus? Which is arguable. While Feige's Parliament had no say in X-Men, the MCU had been so mediocre lately, but it used to be epic. How did Marvel manage to deliver so many great films like Iron Man, The Avengers, Winter Soldier, Doctor Strange, Guardians of the Galaxy, Civil War, Infinity War, Endgame, and the Spider-Man trilogy? What allowed them to produce such consistently good movies, and what changed that caused the decline into so much slop? This is Bo DeMaio's response. I got the sense that this was absolutely the case. Look at those successful movies. The thing they have in common is not Kevin. It's strong directors. Nigga. What?
Yo, this nigga, he's never worked.
Nigga. What?
Well, okay, time out though. Which ones did he say as an example?
He said The Avengers, Iron Man, Winter Soldier, Doctor Strange, Guardians of the Galaxy, Civil War, Infinity War, Endgame, and the Spider-Man
I don't know.
trilogy.
I feel like Kevin. I don't know for a fact how much Kevin Feige was involved in these movies, but I would believe that Kevin Feige was involved.
It's too many movies for niggas to just be like, the head nigga in charge had no say in the direction of any of these movies, when we know for a fact that in the first 3 phases of Marvel, Kevin Feige's imprint was in every single Marvel film that fucking came out. So how is he coming to the conclusion that Kevin had absolutely no say in it? It would be different if he said, yeah, Kevin did have his ways that helped produce these good movies in the beginning, but for whatever reason, the creative choices that he decided to make recently just wasn't working. I'd be 100% in this nigga corner, but the simple fact that you're so obtuse for giving this nigga Kevin credit for anything means to me, my nigga, it sounds like you're just bitching a lot.
Yeah,
but he could know more. I mean, that's the reason why I don't.
This true line, he could know more. Also, he could know more, but at the same time, it's like it seemed like he was trying to attention. Like when you know how you around some people and they just be talking loud just to make sure somebody hear them. It's like, yo, like you think Kevin Feige ain't have his? He's the executive producer at Marvel.
Yeah, that's where it's like, all right, bro.
Like, come on, bro. He oversaw all these movies. And to say they had strong directors, it's like, bro, like Kevin Feige was still at all these. These he named major projects. Yeah. I'm not gonna sit up here and act like Kevin Feige didn't have his eye on fucking
Avengers,
Winter Soldier, Avengers,
Avengers,
like,
bro.
Like, come on,
Winter Soldier, Civil War.
Like, which the last movie came out in the last 2 fucking phases after Endgame. Like, what are we talking about here, my nigga? This is around the same time you was giving this nigga Kevin shit for not listening to your dumb ass. But yeah, I'm supposed to hear you Like,
Yeah, he's.
But again, I don't even the thing that I don't know if I will be sold on until I hear more information is I do understand that he has a lot of personal emotion and animosity in the things that he said, but that does not have to negate the idea of him highlighting that Marvel has a toxic environment behind the
doesn't.
scenes. And that's where I'm just curiously want to know like more, and if that's something that as a fan and a backer of Marvel products I need to be concerned about.
I understand. I personally, I wish he went about it in a different way. You could still be honest. You could still give the nigga Kevin credits and still say, I'm still upset at this nigga Kevin. But I can't diminish what this nigga produced throughout these years. I can't.
He had everything behind a paywall, and
in the
when
OnlyFans,
which is a little funny. But
he had an OnlyFans, bro. I'm reading these.
He had everything that he was tweeting about, everything that he's been tweeting about, and this goes back to March. It was on the OnlyFans video, so it was behind a paywall for him to profit. Which I mean, if he can't get work right now, to be honest with you, personally, I'm not mad at that. It's really funny that it's OnlyFans, but I'm not mad at him for that because if he's literally blacklisted from Hollywood, what else was he supposed to do? He needs money. He probably got a family he got to feed. I'm not one that's going to tell somebody not to try to get some money to feed their family. I'm just not going to do that. So I understand that point if that is the case, but I think where he made the mistake is when Liefeld came out, because I believe he did that earlier this year, like March this year. He came out with his criticisms in regards to his relationship with after Deadpool and his relationship with Marvel. I think just because Liefeld kind of got bold and expressed his concerns in a more public way, that didn't necessarily mean that Bo DeMaio needed to do the same. I think Bo DeMaio should have had his video, maybe quietly release that video on a public space without all of this with it, and then just go through the lawsuit. If you right, come back and do your thing once the lawsuit is won. You know what I mean? Like, why you got to do it now? When we still don't know what the truth is. Like, you just talking to a bunch of people in the world and in the country that they did not have the access that you had, and you know for a fact as well as we know that Marvel is not going to comment on any of this. So you just, like, to y'all point, this is why I can't disagree with y'all that it does feel like him bitching, because what we supposed to say? What are we really supposed to say? Yeah, you right, Bo. We don't know that. We don't know if everything you saying is true. Nobody can. You just arguing to yourself essentially, and you just including the rest of the country, in the world potentially. Like, come on, bro.
But at the end of the day, he acting like if he gets Kevin Feige fired or something, he's gonna take over MCU.
No. Oh, he's never coming back to Marvel. If he think that, then I think he gonna lose his case. Cause if you thought they about to say, "Oh, my bad, we gonna fire Kevin and put you in place," you boo-boo the fool for real. They so don't. The best thing he could do is try to get in the good graces of DC. I think he should go to DC. He is extremely talented. He is extremely talented. I think if he were to just go over to the way that James Gunn seems like he's being with creatives, at least from what others have said, which is not a lot to go on, but it has been positive things that I've heard from people in regards to working with James Gunn. He's bringing creatives in. He's not mad at a lot of the things that Bo DeMaio was complaining about Marvel not doing. It does look like James Gunn is doing with DC. They're bringing actual creators in that have written these stories that are still alive, and they're having a lot of creative input. They're including committees where committees can be included. They're doing a lot of things that he seems to be more in line with. So I think he should just go and try to make a pitch. If he wants to make he did X-Men. The X-Men has black characters, but it's not like he has to go in a black focus. He could say to them, look, if y'all don't have anybody for Teen Titans right now, let me do a Teen Titans. Or even if y'all don't believe in me, let me start with an animated segment. They only have like 2 or 3 things slated right now.
And if they gave this man Teen Titans and do a continuation of what we were given on Cartoon Network, bruh, just like he did with X-Men 97, DeMaio would kill that. He would kill that because
I feel like Slade would be going crazy.
Robin
and he's a comic book nerd.
And Robin would be having some real mental issues like he did that episode when he thought he was fighting Slade that whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. Give me let him remake that episode. That would be
I think that's a fantastic idea. And I think honestly where everything stands at this exact moment today, which is really funny because we usually are very strong in regards to like canceling somebody out, but like X-Men 97 was so good that like people are like, I'm gonna wait to find out a little bit more before I just cancel this motherfucker out.
That's a fact. When you good, you can't get canceled. So
especially if he end up winning this lawsuit, but even again, as things stand currently today, he could, if it was announced that Bo DeMaio was going to be doing an animated Teen Titans, which would be a strong correlation to a reboot for the Teen Titans that we saw growing up, not Go, but the one that we saw growing up on Cartoon Network, I think that most people would receive that well. Like they would be welcome to the idea as much as we just were in hearing that. You know, so that's if in this is the last point I got. Rob, just kind of go back to the point that you're saying. If something like that can make sense to us, I always say this, if we could think it here, then that means that somebody else has thought about this somewhere. We can't be the only 4 people to think about this type of stuff. If we could have this thought here, then has Bo DeMaio not had this thought? And is it not worth it just for him to focus on trying to put himself in that position? Kind of like what James Gunn did. James Gunn got hit with all of that stuff. You know what he did? Kobe in Denver. He just started getting buckets. Go get buckets.
If that was the case, this nigga would have been, I'm pretty sure, hit up fucking James Gunn and said, hey, bruv, let me work for you and let me get these buckets.
He gonna muddy his name worse.
This nigga is sitting here patting the rock on Twitter.
Do you know
niggas at LA Fitness? This nigga is LA Fitness in it.
Yeah, he gonna make it so bad. If he wrong, he gonna make it so bad that he won't even be able to work with a James Gunn. That's what I'm saying. He gotta know that he right.
Out to James Gunn, though, he could have been like, "Yo, reach out to James." James Gunn's like, "Nah, man, I got my writers, I got my guys."
I don't think so. I don't think that he did for the simple fact that he again, X-Men 97 did so well that people are hesitant, but I don't know if anybody is necessarily like clamoring for him at this exact moment because he do got some wild allegations against him. It's kind of like what happened with Jonathan Majors, bro. They made a whole movie with Jonathan Majors, put mad money behind it, and then dropped the movie. Dropped a completed. I never heard of that before. They dropped a completed movie.
Wait, what movie?
And then like, what was it? Tubi picked it up.
What movie are you talking about?
I can't remember what movie it was, but I know.
Yes.
No, that was still in theaters.
Yeah,
but the original studio dropped
but
it.
It took years for them to release.
It took like another year or two.
Yeah.
It took another
year.
So it's the same studio that released it. That is the one that made it, or did somebody else buy it?
I can't remember, to be honest with you.
Because what I heard might have been a rumor. It might have been a rumor and not exactly the truth. But yeah,
they did wait.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so with Bo DeMaio, it might be one of those things where people just like, listen, bro, I need something else to come out about you that's in a positive light as opposed to where you stand right now. Damn. So if I was him, I maybe wouldn't have talked to James Gunn at this current moment, because why would I want to get a no when I could possibly get a yes once I get past all of this stuff?
True. Also, in one of the tweets, somebody asked him, what IP would you love to work on? Nigga brought up Bond, Tomb Raider, and a lot of DC projects. So
he gotta go to if he go to DC look like they in a good place. I'm not gonna lie. I never thought I would have said that. You told me I would say a year ago, is DC gonna be in a good place with James Gunn? I would have been like, I don't think so. I think I did say that. I'm pretty sure I did say that. And here we are in 2025, and I'm like, bro, I don't know. More things need to come out. I'm gonna be honest with you. D, I don't think you're gonna really be like DC for a while.
Oh, I'm
but
not.
I do think that like something is gonna surprise you in this stuff that's coming out.
Yeah,
I do think that. I do think like it's gonna be something where you like, bruh, I didn't think I was gonna like this, but they kind of smoked it with this character. I didn't even want to see this movie with this character.
You think it's gonna be Clayface or something?
Maybe.
Clayface is coming out.
Maybe.
Like, I'm seeing like Reddit posts and everything where other people fucking Jake Schaffer fucking produced Agatha all along in WandaVision. Fucking WandaVision was Kevin's idea supposedly, and Jack executed it, and she called it Kevin's baby. Agatha was hers though. She said she kept writing Agatha in the projects until Kevin finally gave up and gave her a show. This is coming from another writer who sounds like had the same type of issues that fucking Bo DeMaio was having, but yet she kept being persistent, and eventually Kevin Feige gave in. It sounds like a nigga is just trying to make sure that they produce something worth salt instead of just saying yes to fucking everything.
Well, I don't know, Rob. That's different. That was some shit that was under Kevin, so he had to be a little more stern on her shit though.
What do you mean?
That's directly from that's Agatha. Ain't that Disney Plus? Some bullshit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's
so he gonna have to be on her like, yo, look, WandaVision, my shit. Agatha gonna have to make some noise, bitch, before I just give you the green light. Bo DeMaio shit is like, okay,
it's
nigga,
coming from another property.
That's still under Disney Plus.
It is, but it is also coming from like previous material.
Yeah, like you making a continuation of a series from the 90s. You got people in their 30s and 40s that watch this that already know the backstory, and it's gonna bring in some kids, whatever. I'm working on some shit where I got a Disney on my ass because they need 25 TV shows to come out before 2030. And you over here bitching because I ain't come.
What I'm saying is, it seems like Bo DeMaio just feels like Kevin just allows these niggas to just do whatever, and he's supposed to just accept it. Oh, you're using comic book material and want to bring a 1-to-1 envision of the comics. Yes. Oh, you want to do this and make Spider-Man fucking shoot real webbings from his butt. Okay, yes, go ahead. Like, it's almost as if Bo is talking as if Kevin is not supposed to be the basically showrunner over all of the writing staff, and as if this isn't his vision for the MCU that we've been looking in since the fucking first Iron Man.
Yeah, it's like, yo, I am the boss.
But I mean, like, to Bo's point, it'd be some shit like, okay, why is this shit happening now? Like Michael B. Jordan pointed out, why is Black Panther coming out and having an all-black cast and crew when y'all never do that shit? All of a sudden, y'all find black writers, y'all find this. Like, it's like some shit that they do where he's like, a lot of people have come out and said, okay, some shit at Marvel ain't what it seemed to be. Y'all wait till Black Panther to have a black writer, to have black sound effects people. And then to Bo's point, I mean, I'm glad he ain't race car. I'm waiting on it. But it's like, I don't know. I don't know, bro.
It's so, yo, because he you can tell this is one of them people that can speak. He can speak. He can speak. He a writer. Don't get it wrong. Because he did such a great job in a way of keeping you confused.
Yo, what happened? I froze. What happened?
No, I just said we can't forget. Like you can tell he can speak, and he is a writer. And that's what I think he did a good job with here is like, there's certain parts where you could maybe say this is conflated for raw emotion and animosity, and then there's other points to it where it's like this could just be like general critiquing, not necessarily something where you hold an animosity out. And he kind of blended like both of those things into his rants to where it leaves you really confused. Like none of us really know. We like, man, is he just being petty? Or but then he got this one point here where this sounds like a fair critique of a studio. I don't know.
It's all over the place. We shall see. If we start to see, because I mean, I'm not gonna get too much into this motherfucker. Like we've seen, this is probably the best year Marvel has had in regards to just the quality of films that we've had in quite some time. So
yeah, I agree with that.
It's hard for me to look at this nigga Bo DeMaio statements and act like these past couple of movies are doing the same thing that Marvel movies have done in this previous phase, and it's just not. Do we think that Fantastic Four is the same type of quality as Quantumania? No.
Yes.
Do we
No,
think
that's come on.
Do we think that Thunderbolts is the same type of quality as Quantumania?
No.
Do we think that those two movies, fuck it, add in Captain America: Brave New World? Do you think it's the same type of quality as the Marvels?
Who saw the Marvel?
I'm not gonna lie to you. Yes, I want to use Marvels. I would stay with the Quantumania. Because that movie was, if you put it up against Quantumania, yeah, I'm with you. Captain America 4 was better. Absolutely.
You don't think Captain America 4 was better than the Marvels?
I think it's about, they on like the same level.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, bro, going back and looking at it, the movie is all over the place. It really don't have a centralized theme around this Sam Wilson that they building up. I don't know whether it's true or not. I hope these pictures is wrong, but I keep seeing these pictures of them showing the different teams in Doomsday, and they keep calling it Sam Wilson's Avengers. I hope that is not the final name. I swear to you, I hope that's not the final name. Like, please don't, because he don't, bro. We had, okay, yes, if we count the television show, we were given more information, but that information was more so along the lines of, why does Sam Wilson get to carry the torch more than Bucky? And it was kind of like an examination of exactly what leadership skills Sam Wilson has to do that. Then when we get to the movie, instead of it kind of like finishing that point in the actual TV series, and then moving on to like more structure with Sam Wilson as Captain America, it didn't do a great job of that. It felt like it was still trying to linger off of that previous conversation of why Sam Wilson deserves to be Captain America, and it just didn't have a lot of oomph to it.
But okay.
And for real, I feel like they did it because Eternals happened in 2021, and we only really get mentioned last year, 2025. So it's like y'all waited 4 years to have a storyline, and then y'all waited to have bring the leader back from 2010. Then y'all wanted to do with some other shit, and it was like y'all gave this Captain America just all the loose ends, just throw them in this movie and fuck it. We'll be all right.
Even adamantium. They just threw adamantium into this movie, and it's not even going to be brought back up until the reboot, more than likely. They may have a mention of it in Doomsday or whatever, but it's not going to matter because we know that it's going to be rebooted.
Oh my God.
That movie it's on par with Marvel's.
I respectfully disagree. But staying on,
I didn't hate Marvel's, to be honest with you, as much as everybody else did.
Marvel's
like, it wasn't a great movie, but it wasn't bad. And that's the same way I feel about Captain Marvel or Captain America: Brave New World. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't. Quantumania was terrible. I hated that movie. That's why I said I wouldn't put it on that level. But Thor: Love and Thunder, I hated that movie. I wouldn't say I hated Marvel's more than I hated Quantumania or Thor: Love and Thunder.
I think Thor: Love and Thunder was the movie we probably hated the most equally.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kang was a saving grace in Quantumania, even though it was
Bro, that nigga was good.
he was great.
Yeah.
He was great.
I was like, yo, this Kang nigga is actually pretty decent. Then at the end of the movie, the fight with him and Ant-Man, okay, he should be putting his foot through Ant-Man's chest right about now. And then he just fucking loses. Oh God,
Yeah.
Keeping up with the Marvel, and then I think we can get out of here after this. This doesn't really help the situation, especially after Bill DeMaio. But I actually sent the article in the Discord. Yeah, Eternals won't be in Doomsday, and I don't see the issue. Let's talk about that real quick. Do y'all see an issue with Eternals not being in Doomsday?
No.
I'm glad that they're
We
not in
knew
Doomsday.
it wasn't. We knew it wasn't.
Yes,
I'm glad
bro.
that
We
they're
have
not in
these
Doomsday.
cosmic entities coming to Earth, and it's like, yo, they're responsible for this.
They're still being
for
judged.
this celestial in the middle of the Indian Ocean.
Remember, they're still being
They're like-
judged.
But at
by
the
that
end,
one
so you have to
celestial.
realize it's like, where did this come from? What energy signature is this? No hero has picked up on the energy signature of the Eternals on Earth. No one has picked up on their existence. Now I get that, but it's like, yo, for them to even have a movie, and for some of their movie to be in Captain America: Brave New World, it's like at least throw a mention to them. Nigga. I don't think their movie was that bad, but it's like if they still being judged, are they going to be in the reboot? Like what's
I
going
think they
on?
will later. I think they will. I think it'll
It's
be a
gonna
lot
be plot
easier.
holes.
Because
It'll
they
be a
had
lot-
they had too many A-list. I'm not going to say A-list actors, but they had a lot of notable actors in there. You put Angelina Jolie. You got fucking Paperboy. Forgive me, I don't know his name. You got fucking the Bollywood nigga. I'm like, yo, y'all have a lot of people from damn near really every fucking culture. The one Irish Scottish actor.
Yeah.
Then you got the dude that's supposed to be, what's the dude's name?
The
The nigga
Bollywood
from
guy.
no, the nigga that's supposed to be the Ebony Blade or Black Knight Blade or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Yeah,
white dude that was in there.
Yeah, the dude that was
He
in
was from Game of Thrones, right?
Yeah, it's like, bro, y'all have so many people, and you're not using these actors to pepper them into other MCU movies. Granted, we were still waiting on Blade, but it was like, bro, Eternals, like, I don't know, bro.
Do you
The
think
firing Jonathan Majors and everything? I guess it flipped everything on his head.
Do you think involving them in any of these movies that we got would have made those movies better? Honestly.
Well, they kind of did because, again, going to the point of Brave New World, if the mentioning of that,
Do you think it makes it better?
Celestia, no,
so
you got me there, bro. I can't.
So
You got that.
Why the fuck we gonna use these niggas if this shit not gonna move the needle?
Hey, bro,
at
you
all?
got that with me. I'm shutting up because you
At
are
all.
right.
We gotta, yeah.
But I do think
will use them.
narratively it sucks, which is why that's why I always get so frustrated with Marvel is because the like, bro, ultimately these stories come from comic books. What is a comic book? A comic book is a story. It is a visual story.
Mm-hmm.
So when you are adapting a visual story and not telling a consistent story, it is very annoying and frustrating. So I understand why somebody would be mad at Eternals not being involved, because especially if there's things that allude to the storyline that happen with either the Celestials, the Adamantium, or the Judgment, or the Eternals themselves. Like if there's anything that alludes to it in the movie, it just it's like, come on, bro, what are we even doing? Why? It's like if we were to tell a comic book story and then they added a part in there that had nothing to do with the story, and I mean the main run, this ain't no tie-in, the main run, and you just sitting there by the end of the story like, what was the point of that? We get upset at that in comic books. I feel like it's fair for us to be able to get upset about that in movies that are based on, or supposed to be based on, these comic books. It's not that big of a deal, but we don't like plot holes, to put it simply.
Yes.
True. I think they would have been severely handicapped to bring up these Eternals because keep in mind these are the same niggas that didn't show up in Infinity War or Endgame to help them out. So what would be the reason for them to help out Earth's heroes now?
I guess they would be judged for because we don't even know why they're being judged.
They're not supposed to be. They're being judged because they're not supposed to be interfering with this. Exactly. That's so true. Why would they?
That was a good cop out by Marvel. They're like, look at.
No, we
don't know if we're using y'all again.
That's how it was.
They're being judged for that movie.
That's how it was in the comics as well, if I'm not mistaken. The Eternals couldn't interfere with humans' ordeals. The only reason why they did, keep in mind, is because of the mutants. Because the mutants hold a deviant gene within them.
Yeah.
They're deviant from humans. So this is why I'm saying they probably were like sat back. If we bring up Eternals in any of these movies that we use, people are going to feel like it's an easy cop-out. People are going to feel like, hey, this is no meaningful story for the Eternals. Nothing to actually push forward their character development. Nothing to actually help us understand these characters more. They're just using it for a cop-out. And then on top of that, people would be like, well, if they could come help Earth's heroes, again, why the fuck did they not help them when they were fighting Thanos and have them?
Which we, like, to your point, we already got the answer for that.
Yes. So why would they use these niggas?
They suck. Honestly, like, for the Eternals suck because... to Rob's point too, I'm thinking about at least Jonathan Hickman's Secret Wars. Were they in that?
No.
They suck. They weren't there for the Infinity Wars as far as I remember. They may have, but I don't remember it. They weren't there for Secret Wars.
What was they even doing in the movie? Was it because Salma Hayek died?
No, it was because Deviants started to Selma realized that the fucking Earth was gonna get destroyed because a Celestial was gonna get born in there from the seed, and then also at the same time, Deviants started to come back and also started to evolve after absorbing the powers from the Eternals.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I hope that I kind of want that part to be fleshed out in the Mutant Saga, like have Deviants that, like I would, even if it's new characters, which would I don't know if that's something Marvel would do or not at this point. But even like if you had those deviants that the Eternals had to deal with in that movie, and you had them spawn into like variations of, like, Thanos is part deviant as an example. So like if you were to have them, evolve into these like powerful different beings that kind of existed in their own plane, I would actually be cool. I would be interested in seeing that. Like and this could be something that's away from obviously the comic book world, but I like that. I like the idea of those deviants that were in the Eternals. I would like to see more with them.
And now
it wasn't bad.
If they don't use them in Secret Wars, they have the best thing that they could possibly do. They can recast these niggas to get cheaper niggas and not go for Angelina Jolie. And then on top of that,
they make more sense for the Mutant Saga.
Who's the saga that we're gonna be going straight into? It's the mutants. Now you have the Eternals. You give them a viable reason to be a mainstay within the MCU because they're always gonna have consistent conflict with the mutants because of their deviant gene. Especially if we're still going off the assumption that the Celestials would have told these niggas, you need to take care of these niggas. You cannot let these niggas prosper.
Can I just put, I hate to do it, but I do think there's one hiccup in this, even though I think everything that you're saying is actually a pretty good idea, and it makes me okay with this news in front of our screen right now. But the one caveat that we can't forget, we have not seen Marvel reuse a single thing. Like, we don't know if they stop using the Eternals now, that they would even bring the Eternals back. You know what I'm saying?
That is a very good statement. We don't know.
I hate that they do that, but like, I do too. I think what you just said is a home run idea. That's like an idea that Marvel should be pitched and should work with, because you are right. If there is any saga that the Eternals could be utilized in a efficient way, it would be the Mutant Saga. But they would, the way that they act, they would just completely miss that opportunity.
or even the Mass Celestials or anything like that. It just, to me, it just seems like the multiverse saga probably wasn't the best saga to introduce them to begin with.
Oh, for sure it wasn't.
Maybe they should have waited to introduce them until after we got the mutants and everything, and then everything would have made a lot more sense. People would be more invested in those characters. I think, like, I agree with y'all, they probably used them at the wrong time. But now that they have the idea of them out there, it seems like to me an easy slam dunk to reuse those characters for something in the future, especially if we're getting in the more cosmic side. You can use them for Mad Celestials run, and if we're gonna have to get bigger and better when it comes from Doom, because we had Thanos at first, now we have Doctor Doom. Now we're gonna have to get to Celestials. We already started to fucking uncover that shit from Fantastic Four. Now give us more of that shit. And now you got X-Men Omega level mutant type characters where they can actually go toe to toe with some of these niggas.
I think they downgrade. If we going into the mutant saga, I think they actually downgrade the threat. I think the next threat is gonna be that we see in the MCU is gonna be what's the Sentinels? Yeah,
Boulevard Trash, nigga.
Yeah, we gonna see Sentinels.
I think that might be more regulated towards X-Men. I don't think it'll be an
What is Mutant Saga gonna be? What is Mutant Saga?
I feel because the mutants deal with so much, it's gonna be a lot to touch on as far as social issues, like the immigration issues, how mutants are going to be treated from humans, and then it's going to be like, okay, if once one of these kids, they're going to relate it to a lot of things kids are going to in different communities, LGBTQ. Parents going to accept you, your mutant genes begin to show. You at school, you got a mutant skin is green. Are people going to be discriminatory against you? Is it going to bring like all this other shit? I feel like they're going to have to. I feel like those are bigger. Cape on, screaming, he gonna take over the world. So then it's like when you have that big bad, they probably gonna save them for like Avengers level threat type movies or whatever. But I feel like X-Men gonna touch on a bit more. I feel like Marvel's like, look, we can't keep killing off anyway. X-Men should have a Mr. Sinister. They should have an Apocalypse that's not gonna die after every movie. Bro. You see what I'm saying? Because if they do some shit where they're like, okay.
This reboot is, I'm hoping, correcting all of that. I'm gonna be honest with you. There was something that came out.
Think about the shit that X-Men gonna be in if Magneto's like, I'm taking it upon myself. We got mutants in fucking Puerto Rico that was just burned at the stake, or they was just shot up at rounds. Magneto fly. Bet I'm about to fuck everything up, and Xavier's like, yo, we can't do it. And now it's like this U.S. Army against mutants, a different army against mutants. They're gonna have a lot of cannon fire because you got so many mutants. You gotta have somebody to fight. But it's like they're gonna take on a lot of issues. And I feel like when they bring Magneto into the universe, he gonna be like, no, like we human just like y'all, and I'm be the one that's fighting for it. So they can't do all of that. They're not gonna do all that Thanos shit for the mutants.
Could you imagine if they did that for Magneto? They bring him in for one movie. He reversed the poles on Earth, and then we never see him again. Oh man, bro!
That nigga goes to Mars.
All right, you gotta promise me. You gotta promise me, Rob. If we get to that point where a character like Magneto ends up being used one time, and then we never see him again, that we got a problem at Marvel.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I could take my Marvel check for good.
Okay.
Because
I don't think they would do that either. But oh my, like
I'd have no qualms.
Everybody,
that's like using Doctor Doom this one time, and then for us to never see him again. I don't think that's gonna happen.
They can't do. I know.
If they did that, it would be one of the dumbest decisions that Marvel has.
They gotta stop doing that. They have to. Thanos was egregious enough, to be honest with you. Because, I mean, Thanos, if you go by the comic books, how many times do we see Thanos? Like, Thanos pops up.
He's in Secret Wars. He's in Infinity. He's in Annihilation.
And a lot of the times, bro, he get his own, like, tie-in story that ends up being extremely important. He is a menace. He is a YN in the comic book world. He is a YN that won't go to jail. Like Thanos ain't like how the MCU has portrayed him. In some ways, yes, the MCU has gotten his character right, but in this, him being Death don't even like him. The most gangster thing ever, but like Death don't like him in the comic
Just
book.
use him.
Yeah, like
I was gonna say with this X-Men shit, I hope they don't make them like slaves. I'm not saying like
they do the you talking about the M. What's the dude with the M on his face?
Bishop.
Oh, Bishop. Yeah, Bishop's original timeline. Remember how the mutants were in Bishop's timeline? They were slaves.
Yeah, I'm saying I hope they don't do it like the X-Men need abolitionists or niggas that's gonna sneak them around. I feel like we are really gonna be in that type of universe where they've already existed.
Yeah, I don't like that
But
either.
like I was just thinking like they just really can't go that Thanos route. I feel like the X-Men shouldn't be in fucking every goddamn movie either. Or you can have a mutant in a movie or have one X-Men member or something. Like, I don't know, bro. I just hope they get it right.
Kind of more like the Skrulls were in Secret Wars, or excuse me, Secret Invasion, where it's kind of like, no, they still got power and they still can move about, but it's a little bit more complicated than that.
Yeah.
Is that how you would prefer for it to be?
Yeah, and they got to put some limitations on this too. We can't have mutants all as powerful as Scarlet Witch run around.
Nah.
Yeah. Not, but that's the thing. Oftentimes when they do, you're right. But you could still have a mutant there who can cause a lot of damage, and then that can end up causing like a political discourse, because that does happen a lot in the comics. Like somebody would go blow up Wisconsin or Kansas, and then they'd be like, yo, we don't really like how this played out, Mr. Mutants. We got problems with y'all now. And then that's when the X-Men would have to go and try to do cleanup duty and protect the mutant, because they don't think that the mutant should have to face, then that whole thing happens. But I think something like that will be fine. But if you just have Scarlet Witch just snapping people out off rip, I don't know if we need that at this point.
Yeah, the shit on the level of the snap can't happen for another like 15 years, bro.
I agree. I agree.
All right, so let's get into this RDJ real quick. I did send the article in the Discord chat.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Since we've already been talking about relationship of Marvel. It's claimed that Robert Downey Jr. I thought I was about to say Dr. Umar. It's claimed that Robert Downey Jr. demanded reshoots, and that the behind-the-scene issues with the actors are due to a clash of egos. On the latest episode of the Hot Mic, Jeff Schneider, who, if you don't know, he's a well-known leaker of Marvel for the past couple years, really has garnered the recognition from a lot of the leaker community. Jeff Schneider claims that the production on Avengers Doomsday faced major setbacks involving Robert Downey Jr. Snyder said Disney initially filmed 3 weeks of material with stand-ins for Downey inside the Doctor Doom suit, while the actor read lines off camera. According to Snyder, Downey wasn't satisfied with the results. After 2 to 3 weeks, he pushed to reshoot the entire block of scenes with himself in the suit.
All right, I'm still reading it here too.
Yeah.
Heard that even though they paid Robert Downey Jr. 50 to 60 million a movie, Disney had to do reshoots for 3 weeks. They reshot 3 weeks worth of material because apparently this is just what I heard. They had an actor standing in for Downey Jr. and Dr. Doom suit. They had a body double and they had a face double, and Downey stood off camera reading the lines, okay? And apparently after 2 to 3 weeks, he's like, this isn't working. I want to reshoot everything with me in a suit. I mean, you know what, though? Everything falls on him anyways. Better safe than sorry, right? If the actor portraying it, who's worked with you for over 20 years, says, this ain't gonna work, and you put all of this effort into him, it probably would be wise to listen to that guy.
Nigga just won the Oscar and everything for his role in fucking, what's that name? Oppenheimer?
Even more than that, he's Mr. Marvel.
Yeah.
He's made the case that he is Mr. Marvel. He's made that case. So if Mr. Marvel says, I don't think that this is going to be accepted, you probably got to go along with what he says.
And again, you got to
just gave him
realize that
$60 million.
He been what, Iron Man since 2008. So it's like he probably like, yo, I need to be in Doom. I have to, like, not saying he a method actor, but he's probably like, yo, I have to be in the Doom suit because I don't want this to be too much like Iron Man. Yeah, they're different characters. Yes, this might be some variant shit, but I have to be there in order to feel this villainous role. Because if I come off as Tony Stark under the mask, niggas gonna be mad. And y'all already paid me. Y'all paying me old money checks, 60 million. Like, no, I gotta get, like, he's taking this seriously, I see. So it's like, I gotta get this shit. So I'd rather him do that than just be like, yeah, I'll just be Tony Stark with a green suit on. Then I would really be pissed.
Yeah. I read somewhere, hold on. I want to double check this. I read somewhere, actually it is. By the end, he gonna make so much money from Marvel.
Create his own studio.
That he is going, he's literally going to create his own studio from something that he's wanted to do. From the amount of money that they've given him.
He better hire that nigga.
He better hire who?
Hold on, you froze. Terrence Howard.
He better give Terrence Howard a role.
Lord.
After he went to bat for him.
Lord.
Because Robert Downey Jr. didn't reinvent his being Iron Man. But shit, if he make a studio, you already know who's gonna be everybody at Marvel.
Yeah.
I don't even know what type of movies he will want to make. What type?
It's gonna be like some Adam Sandler shit. You're gonna have Adam Sandler, Kevin James, Chris. You gonna have Robert Downey Jr., Chris Pratt, Chris Evans in every fucking movie at that studio.
Oddly enough, I feel like this leak is giving me more confidence within Doomsday, even more.
More. Robert.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. It doesn't do like a whole lot for me, but
some people might say how. And the reason is because Robert Downey Jr., specifically RDJ and Chris Evans, both of them deliberately said they do not want to tarnish the idea of their characters that they portrayed all these years. So for the simple fact for them to come back means that the story was compelling enough for them to feel like this is a step in the right direction. I don't mind doing this or portraying this role. And it also means that they're serious as fuck. Marvel also internally feels the heat that the entire world is giving them right now. And most of it is warranted because of the slop that they produced these past couple years. It means that niggas are taking this shit serious. You see the biggest teams, you seen the Warriors, you think Draymond Green was starting shit with niggas behind the scenes during their championship runs? Hell, we seen it happening with Kevin Durant. It's the reason why he left. When you have a good team around and when there's a lot of fucking shit on your shoulders, it's gonna be some tension in that motherfucker.
It goes back to what I was saying with Bo DeMaya. Yeah, like that's why I'm right. You gonna get that. If you making something good, you're going to get that. Like there's gonna be these tense moments to your point, and there's gonna be these moments where words like what they're using on the screen now clash. You're gonna clash. If you really trying to make something that's like outstanding, it happens everywhere. It happens everywhere. If you haven't experienced this in your job at this point in your career, I promise you will experience this. It's just one of those things. Like when you trying to make something great, we gonna butt heads. It's gonna happen. We both got the same thing. Yeah.
And I think their presence is gonna be very helpful.
Okay.
On set. Just like it's like like if you in a gym just with just playing basketball, let's say some NBA niggas, and you're like, okay, I gotta be serious. If you at an NBA gym, or if it's like you doing a workout, or how these basketball players be like, yeah, my shit. And then Kobe came in, and I was like, oh shit. Now I really got to bring like Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. walk in. It ain't no bullshit on set. I'm pretty sure they're like, yo, like we got skin in the game since 2011, 2008. Like y'all niggas better shape up. Like we putting our fucking legacies on shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I ain't know Chris Evans came back. I thought that was just a.
It's still technically a rumor, but everybody is putting the pieces together, especially with some leaks coming out where there was a lot of leaks that dropped as well, y'all. People were saying don't trust Clea, which y'all know Nero is the dude that I watch. He at first was kind of upset at the leaks because one of the leaks I believe talked about how Doctor Doom specifically is targeting Steve Rogers, Captain America, for going back in time and staying with Peggy because it ended up starting the incursions supposedly. And Den of Nerds didn't like that, but then he heard somebody else bring up don't trust Clea, and he was like, all right, I'm back on board type of thing. So it's been a whole lot. I don't know if y'all like that. People are saying don't trust Clea like she's playing the Black Swan role. If you're familiar with Jonathan Hickman's Secret Wars, Black Swan was the person that actually worked with Doctor Doom and was destroying Earths for him to be able to keep the main Earth alive, basically.
Okay.
So a lot of people are saying that Clea is taking that Black Swan role instead now. After that leaker said that.
Well, okay. See, this sort of storyline thing start coming into play again. Did they confirm Doctor Strange and Doomsday?
They said that he was going to be in there, but obviously there wasn't any chair or anything for him. But they did verify.
That sound like he need to be an integral part of the movie if that's the case.
A lot of people are expecting, because you remember the leaks that we shown for the storyboards for Secret Wars, right?
Yeah.
You had Strange side by side with Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
And he was Sheriff Strange, just like he was in the Jonathan Hickman's Secret Wars, because Doctor Strange went and helped Doctor Doom, amassed all of the Molecule Men. They tried to kill the Molecule Men from each universe to stave off the incursions. Yeah. And that wasn't good enough. So instead, Doctor Doom and Doctor Strange ended up capturing all the rest of the Molecule Men, sent them over to the Beyonders verse, and destroyed them via that way. And that's how Doom was able to capture their power with the help of Molecule Man. Damn, I just went on that tirade and I forgot what the fuck I was supposed to be talking about.
Yep.
Don't trust Clea.
Don't trust Clea.
She's gonna be Black Swan, like the Black Swan role potentially in the movie.
Mm-hmm. Oh, because you were saying where's the story about, or how are we supposed to just expect Doctor Strange? I think because of the Secret Wars, because of that teaser where Doctor Strange was side by side by Doctor Doom, I think a lot of the story in Doomsday will be with Doctor Strange, Doom and Doctor Strange. I think possibly.
Okay,
could be wrong.
Could be wrong. Maybe that's why they haven't mentioned a lot of what's his name, Cumberbatch, right?
Yeah, Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah, maybe that's why he been so silent. Maybe you got to take the silence as it's because he has a big role in this film that they need him to just not be in anybody's realm, so that way fans can't speculate at this current point, because they really like for things to be as hush-hush as possible.
Initially, Benedict Cumberbatch stated that Doctor Strange, his character, would not be in Avengers Doomsday. However, he later retracted this statement and confirmed his appearance in the movie.
Okay.
He indicated that his previous comments were incorrect and that he would indeed be in the next Avengers.
I do think that they starting to kind of get that team, like that the challenges together. They're going to have, Doom's team is going to have somebody that represents each side. And they are going to face off against various teams, various circumstances, and then ultimately the Doom team. That's really what I think this movie is going, like these two movies are going to be. That, like, I don't know why, but I feel like that is it's a safe bet And at this point, I've said too many times, I'm not going to be mad at Marvel ending this phase by taking the safe bet. And I'm really happy that that's what it's starting to look like, because I don't want them trying to do something new. Let's try to redo this again in the next phase.
Mm-hmm.
Play it safe. Give us just a good movie, but play it safe. Even if people don't love it, or if people got the complaints that they're bound to have, they still probably gonna bring you in $1 billion per movie. That's what you need. Take what you can get. But yeah, that's what I think. I think the teams, we gotta kind of figure out the story around the teams. That's what I think.
How about everybody else? How y'all feeling?
Hey, whatever is gonna make this movie great. That's how I felt at the end of the day. Because if this is supposed to be like that big Avengers movie, it has to live up to Infinity War and Endgame. So I'm cool, whatever.
Yeah,
bro.
I mean, I'm cool with what's being reported and everything, but hearing about them saying Doom got a team, Avengers got a team for and the X-Men, it's like, yo, you can't tell me all this shit. We only got 2.5 hours.
I don't like that. That was something we learned this week, right?
Yeah, and I feel like this movie, now I get they still got edits to make. It's reported as 2.5 hours. Hopefully, by the time this shit finished, it'll be 3.5. Because yes, we need a full hour. Give me an hour of Doom and his plan. Then we get some other shit peppered in there. We don't have to have a team between every single team. Just know that there's teams out there. But if they go in the route of Doom being the hero in this movie to stop the incursions, and he believes he's the hero, and let's say he die, and he's like, no, like this is the only way. Cool. Like let Doom be that person where he's the ultimate hero / villain or whatever people want to call him. But you can't do all that in 2.5 hours with a villain that we've only seen 2 seconds of in the end credits.
You don't think
so? No, because the
I
thing
don't
is,
like
it's like
it.
You changed it from Kang to Doomsday, and now it's like the general audience is going to be like, okay, so Dr. Doom.
How much did we see of Thanos before Infinity War?
Robert,
more than we have of Doom.
Yes, Rob, we've seen him peppered in. That's what I want to say. Like, we've seen Thanos, we've seen galactic presence, we've seen him interact with Ronan. Cool. We've seen him go get the gauntlet. Fine, I'll do it myself. Then we see his big reveal. But the thing is, it was all leading up to the Infinity Stones and Thanos. Now we've got the multiverse, and we've only seen the backside of Doom with his mask. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, now granted, I'm not saying the movie's gonna be Robert Downey Jr. is gonna give a hell of a performance, but it's like you want some type of lead up to this character, because once you had the Kang thing, it's like, okay, Doom's end credit scene could have been something where he's speaking, mentioning Kang or mentioning the or something like that. If we just only get him letting the kid touch his face, it's like, okay, now what? Because now we got Spider-Man, and then we got a whole movie with, and then what?
But that's what I'm saying, though. Like, we could have it peppered in before Infinity War, but we really didn't get a backstory of what Thanos was trying to do until we reached Infinity War. We got Gamora talking about him briefly, but that was about it. And she didn't really go into explicit detail or anything about his backstory, what he did on his home world of Titan, or anything like that until we reached Infinity War. And they were able to multiple
we got whispers of them. Like we saw Nebula went through, like, not saying that, but she's like, oh, because my father. Now we know that's Thanos. Then we see him at the end of Avengers. It was like, to do this is to court death. And we see the turnaround. But the thing is, we had teases of Thanos since 2012, and we get him in 2019. And it's like, yeah, I understand what you're saying. 4 or 5 minutes of him on screen before we actually saw him as the villain, but we all that was going to be the case, because there were other people that were connected to Thanos that were tied into other movies, from Guardians of the Galaxy and shit. Mm-hmm. But when you've got Fantastic Four, and we know they're tied to Doom, but in the movie the only mention of Doom is the seat for Latveria, and it was like, okay, and then it shows Sue at the end look at Doom like, oh, like you're here, but it was just like it's like damn,
Dude,
there
that
was
is
no
it.
mention.
We don't know
There was no
nothing
mention
about
of him. Like damn, maybe we need Victor to do this at the end of Fantastic Four, or where's Victor here? Because now we know with an empty seat in Latveria, is this Doom from their world, or is this like what's going on? It's just like there's just no hint. Now the movie, the movie's gonna touch on that, I'm pretty sure, but it was just like just to build up that hype. It should have been just at least 30 seconds or a minute of this nigga doing something.
I'm assuming an hour is going to be just all Doom.
I think they're going to do it just like Infinity War, where that whole story, I believe Thanos had the most screen time in Infinity War out of any character, including RDJ and everything. Let me see. Screen character in Infinity. And if that's the case, I'd be perfectly. Thanos had the most screen time and was considered the main protagonist by many in Infinity War. We're already hearing that. Thanos, how much screen time do you think Thanos had in Infinity War?
What, 15 minutes?
That's your guess? Final offer?
That's mine.
Nah.
What about you now?
Oh, maybe closer to like 30. Yeah, somewhere.
He really had
higher than.
He only had 3 scenes for real. He had the scene, well, 4, beating up Hulk, the Reality Stone, fighting on that planet, and then going to
Gamora's backstory.
Yeah,
I forgot he killed her ass. Yeah, so he really only had 5. Keep it at 15.
He had 29 minutes.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought it was about closer to 30.
Do y'all think that with those 29 minutes that they use that to the best of their abilities for us to be able to get the backstory on Thanos? Me personally, I think yes.
I think for Doom we want to do an hour.
Rob, what we saying is like he had 30 minutes of that, but we've seen him. Even if it was just a 2 minute, even if it was a 45 seconds guys in a 3-second scene of the end of the Avengers, and then some other scene, it was like we've seen a glimpse. But to have a whole movie on Doomsday and you only see the mask, and it's like the only reason people even going to see Doom is because they announced RDJ as Dr. Doom when they knew Marvel, when the quality of movies took a hit. They're like, yo, just announce it, fuck it. So it's like we know people know Robert Downey Jr.'s acting, but it's the fact that the story, like, where does the story go if Doom hadn't been mentioned ever in Marvel? Even in Fantastic Four, he wasn't mentioned. It was Galactus and Franklin. So it's like with the movie called Doomsday, it's like, yo, like,
there's nothing.
It don't really feel like, oh shit, like, because we don't even know about Doom. So it's like, are you going to take up time to show Doom, or are you going to take it? Because you look at them chairs that they had, you like, damn, James Marsden, damn, Femke Jensen, damn, Ian McClellan, damn,
and that ain't even everybody.
God damn, Kelsey Grammer, who's 85. You like, y'all bringing in so many niggas.
That's a good thing though, because we've already fleshed out those characters. We already know their backstories. If
Rob, I'm not saying their backstories, but I'm saying there's so many characters in there.
Yeah, it's still, you got to give them screen time.
This is what I'm saying though. You don't have to give them too much screen time because we've already seen them. You can implement them in the fight scenes. You can implement them in the scenes where the teams get together, and you can still use majority of the time to talk about Doom, to talk about why we haven't talked about him. Because if you think about it, them not talking about Doom this whole time, they have a valid reason for this. If they bring up Kang and him bringing up, you understand why we didn't have mutants in the MCU until fucking the multiverse was crafted after fucking Infinity War Endgame, what have you, after it was broken. We didn't have any of these characters in there. We didn't have a Doctor Doom. We didn't have the Fantastic Four in the main MCU. Like all of these things. So why did we not have a Doctor Doom as well? It's because Kang didn't want the nigga. They have the stories behind there to offer us, for us to be like, okay, that makes sense.
But that's the thing though, like we like I see what you're talking about, because I've seen or some rumors saying like like you said, there's no mutants or fantastic because of Kang. But it's like if you say that, Doom mentions Kang, and then what? Because if Doom says we're having the incursions or the Fantastic Four and the mutants on Earth Prime, but now Earth 616 has Avengers, Earth 1610 has Fantastic Four, Earth 808 has. It's like, okay, you're mentioning Kang, but the Kang saga just stopped. We haven't seen Kang since Quantum. So now the mention of Kang, Kang has, and Doctor Strange calls an incursion, or Steve Rogers doing this and that. It's so many stories they can go all together in order to give Doom the time and the quality or the type of story that you have for people to hear that is Robert Downey Jr. behind the mask. It's like it's just so much shit y'all have. I don't know. I feel like if this was 3.5 hours, being a 2.5 hour movie, I'm like, all right, y'all got some shit y'all got to do.
I think 3 would have been perfect. I think you could have took an hour to set up Doom. I think the second one could have been the miscommunication and misunderstandings between all of the different teams outside of Doom's team. And then I think you get the fallout in the last hour leading you into Secret Wars. But now with it being confirmed by the Russo brothers that it's 2.5 hours, I think it's just going to be in the first hour is Doom. And then this last hour and a half is somehow the skirmish between the various teams and them essentially being fooled by Doom. And it's as in terms of how much all of that could be fleshed out in that hour. I don't know how that can be done in a way without it seeming rushed, but apparently Marvel does.
They also
gotta have faith.
movie. They also got a second film to be able to go into that.
Yeah, but it's probably going to be set up very similar to how like Infinity Wars was the Endgame.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think that's why they have that second film being 3 hours, because they can go into detail with a lot of Doom's backstory.
So where do you think it ends?
You don't even have to. What you mean? Doomsday?
And Doomsday. What point? What do you think it would end on? Just thematically.
Multiverses. Knowing the character of Doom, he's gonna be arrogant as fuck to think that he's gonna be able, just like in the Jonathan Hickman Secret Wars comic. I was watching a video that somebody was going over it. Doom thought that, and I just outlined it like a couple minutes ago. Doom thought that if he killed all the Molecule Men, he would be able to stop the incursions from happening. And he was arrogant to think that way, because once he tried to do that, him and Molecule Man sat there and looked at each other, was like, this shit, or Doctor Strange, him and Doctor Strange, this shit isn't quick enough. It's not getting the job done. It's not stopping the incursions. If anything, it's exacerbating the issue even worse now, so that Earths are dying at a record pace. And that's when he was like, all right, fuck it. Well, I'm going to take this shit into my own hands. You could have the first 30 minutes Doom annihilating Kang, just off the simple premise that in the main MCU, let's just look at it this way. The main MCU, you had me fucking get adopted by the Stark family, and you made me turn into fucking Iron Man, a hero, and make me lose all of my Latverian tradition and everything like that. This is what you thought of me? And him demolishing the fucking Kang Council. Thinking that
what's that gonna do to Iron Man?
Iron Man is gonna be a different character. We're gonna understand that he's gonna be a different person. That's why he's talking about, Kevin Feige talked about recasting those characters.
Because I seen what's the name? It was a report saying, I hope this shit ain't true. Doom gets surgery to repair his face because he knows, he sees that he looks exactly like Iron Man. And he wants to earn the trust of the heroes and use the multiverse as a way of saying, I'm also like your Tony Stark, but I do. But I hope that it's more of like the way you're saying, like, because there is
I agree.
There's a Doom that is a good guy that doesn't use, his that doesn't have the same arrogance as Victor Von Doom, giving out all of his shit. It's just like he's being the perfect human. He's so close to Richards that just annihilates that planet, because he's like, I can't even tolerate a nigga that's supposed to be me acting like this. So it's like, I get what you're saying, Rob, but I feel like what they can do, if just to leave the door open, all them Kangs, he can kill Ramatut, Centurion, and the other Kang. Kill them head 3 Kangs. That way the Kang that Ant-Man fucked over, or Ant-Man beat up, can be like the one Kang left, and then come back if they really want to bring Kang back. Like,
you can still bring Kang back after Secret War.
Yeah, because it's a reset anyway.
It's a reset anyways.
oh god,
He can kill
none of it. To be honest with you, none of this matters.
Kangs. He can kill all of them Kangs, and then that takes care of one of the main critiques that people have been having about Doomsday, is what happens with the story about Kang, and how are we just gonna immediately think that Doctor Doom has all of this power to be able to do this, when if he takes care of the niggas who basically started a multiversal war, that's gonna give super credence to Doctor Doom as a character in regards to his power set. Alright, this nigga was single-handedly able to kill off all these Kangs. Now we understand how pissed off this nigga is about how Kang set up the main timeline, and how pissed off this nigga is about how Kang manipulated all of the other timelines to be separate from this specific timeline. We're gonna get two birds knocked out with one stone for why Doctor Doom has this much animosity towards Kang and towards the concept of a multiverse, and why he thinks that he wants to fucking fix it.
We will see Doom and Spider-Man.
We don't know.
Fuck no. Leave that shit street, bro. I'm mad they got the Hulk in that bitch. Bank robbers.
Like, no, I get that. I'm just saying, I want a cliffhanger or something that can just kind of give people just a tone of what.
Wait, do this shit take
grasp with Doctor
It take place after Thunderbolts?
That's what a lot of people.
That's a good question.
So is it? I'm saying, does Spider-Man take place at a year and a half? What was Thunderbolts?
We don't know definitively.
After the fact. So 14 months. That means Peter Parker went through the whole blackout with the shit in New York too.
Yeah.
So it's like after that, this is another thing they're gonna gloss over, like the fuck New York getting blacked out and everybody just coming back. That's not gonna have a play in Peter's movie. So then Peter's movie just gonna focus on street level shit, and then he's gonna act like the whole shit with Sentry never.
But it's just like with other comic book storylines. We don't necessarily.
It's like a tie-in.
But this is a web of a universe for movies. Like you had this not even. It wasn't like Sentry was just like, oh fuck it, I'm gonna just do this shit to one block in Manhattan. We seen the whole island blackout, and it was like, I know Peter was somewhere.
It wasn't the whole
delivering pizzas or something.
It wasn't the whole island.
Well, it was a lot of niggas,
it was
but still. I think maybe Spider-Man shit takes place. Yeah, it got to take place after. Then at the end of his movie, you might get a shot of Doom. Have to be something. That's the next movie.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Like, even if it's not even Doom, but like a cliffhanger with Spider-Man and the Fantastic Four, and they kind of give you a little bit more on the idea of Doom. I just want something before we get to Doomsday that will just kind of get you in the. Let me put it like this: I want something to get us in the mind of what the heroes, whether they are aligned with Doom or whether they are not aligned with Doom, are thinking and why they could be thinking it. But I don't know. It sounds like it feels like the reality is we're gonna have to see that fleshed out via the Doomsday. That's what it feels like is going to be the case, which I mean, I feel like we already kind of knew that.
I'm going to give y'all one tidbit. Somebody actually brought that up as well. Like, we need some Doom or anything like that. And somebody asked, when do you think will be the first teaser for Doomsday? And somebody speculated, usually it happens a couple months prior to where they drop a teaser for the Avengers. And it was like that couple months falls in line with the July date. And we know what's releasing in July before Doomsday?
Hall H.
Spider-Man.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Spider-Man. So a lot of things are pointing towards Spider-Man potentially, because it would be crazy if Doctor Doom was able to finesse Spider-Man on his side, and Doctor Strange, and the other
Ain't
two
Doctor Strange
Spider-Man.
with Clea though?
That's where I'm saying the rumor and the leaker saying don't trust Clea comes into account. That's why I'm saying the teaser where Doctor Strange is on the side of Doctor Doom after he basically wins and now is the ruler over Battleworld. Doctor Strange wouldn't just immediately just jump to that role. And in Secret Wars, he would have earned that role because Doom just don't roll like that. He just don't give niggas roles just cause. He gives niggas roles for a reason, and he would have needed.
Why the fuck isn't Strange Sorcerer Supreme again?
He was gone for too long.
He was gone for too long, and Wong became the Sorcerer Supreme.
Yeah, when he got dusted.
Oh my god, they need to get that shit back. Sorcerer Supreme shouldn't be no lackey for Doom. Fuck out of here.
Was it Wong Sorcerer Supreme in the comics?
Yeah,
he was, but I mean, damn, just saying, hey, nigga, you was gone too long. Well, I'm back now.
I mean, that do make sense though. Nigga, you have been gone. I can't just give you this title just because you back, nigga. You don't know
But
what
did
the
he
fuck nigga
earn
done.
it? Nah, fuck that.
And then that nigga started fucking dream walking on top of that too.
Oh, he did.
Hell no, this nigga can't get it back. Hell no. Nonetheless, Marvel, y'all gonna have to up the paycheck. All right, hurry it up because I'm trying my hardest. And I don't know if it's working, but I have faith in y'all. I think y'all gonna get it correct. Y'all got any last statements right now for Marvel? No. All right. So we hoping for the best. We shall be back in this thing again next Sunday. We'll probably give an in-depth review on weapons. I'm guessing everybody will have the opportunity to see it by then. So
yeah, I'm gonna go see it tomorrow.
Yes, indeed. We shall come back with a updated review on that. Also, new Boruto. I believe the official chapter actually just dropped. If it hasn't, it's gonna drop this week. I'm pretty sure me now, and maybe even D as well, maybe even T, will do a quick review on that at some point in time this week. So be on the lookout for that. Again, we also have other readings that we're doing. So if we ever feel compelled enough, or if y'all feel compelled enough to ask us to do a review of a specific storyline, just let us know, whether it be anime, whether it be comic books, or anything of that nature. All right. We appreciate y'all yet again. Episode 77?
77.
Yes, sir.
77. 23 left until the big 3-1-0-0. So we appreciate y'all yet again, and y'all have a good rest of y'all week.
These dreams on the road to riches, focus on the ticket, maximize my means. It's like now I'm just trying to flow. There's a couple holes up in this boat. Dose my mind just so I can grow. They focus on the dial, feel like I'm a migrant, just touch a new island every time I smoke. Regardless, ain't no way I'ma miss my target when I got it locked up in my scope.